versus Blacklist International.
You know what? We're going back to King Kong here. You guys mentioned the Baksha and the Fredrin. Bro, Fanny has to be banned out against this guy.
Whoa.
These are things that we have to think about.
Check it out. It's Fnatic Onic PH on the play. They ban out the Arlet, the Benedetta, and the Kaj. And then Coach Bonchan does a sensible thing of taking out the Harith. And of course, the Angela and the Matilda. Do they go Fredrin here?
It's open.
Faramis is also open, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just say.
I think it's easier to go that mid and roam route, mid and roam prio picks. So you can try to...
It's not him.
It's neither of them.
What?
All right, there you go.
It's got to be the team that debuted the Lo Yi, of course.
All right. It's fallen into place.
That's Prince Ramirez.
Yep. And that means it's open now for Sensui to get his hands on. But is that what the Fnatic Onic Philippines wants?
Exactly. Do they expect the Faramis Fred? That's a devastating combo.
Yeah, Fredrin obviously is going to get picked up. That's a good one. Faramis, that's not like
We've never seen these two heroes open at the same time during the two-pick swing.
Too many things open. Okay. Edith is the pick. All right, that's not bad. Then again, still possible to go in the hands of Edward here.
All right, no rush. I understand.
Yeah.
There was no rush to pick up the Faramis, so that's fine.
Now Akai enters the scene.
The Akai's locked in, so they go with that. What's the next option here going to be?
I think the Akai is a better answer to the Fred than the Baksha.
And, you know, it's great when you don't have to worry about a Kaja, which they banned out. Because remember, from the previous series, that's what we saw. We saw the attempt to get the heavy spin on into at least the vicinity to have the retry battle go on. But when you get pulled by the Kaja, you have no hope.
That's it.
That's it. So there it is. Claude going to be locked in as well.
Classic Killer hero. All you have to do, technically, if you're in a team with Killer, is just allow him to just survive the laning phase, maybe 8 minutes.
You know what I call that, Rockhart?
What?
I know I've said it on the desk
It's
with
a
you a couple
GLE.
times. That's right. That's the gold lane experience.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The GLE.
Enjoy.
And what's amazing about Kelra's time in Fnatic Onic PH is it's very different from his previous team. With his previous team, it was like a 95-5 split on effort.
Yeah.
This time around, I'd say he's sharing a good amount of the pressure with Super Prince, with Escaleta, with King Kong.
Everyone.
And then you have the Silent Worker in Gem, right?
It's like evenly distributed.
Exactly. So ideally, it's like a 60, 20, 20, you know what I mean? It's
Evenly distributed.
It's still on Kelra, but here we go. Closing up the first phase for Blacklist, of course, it's US signature Vixana. And there's the Hellcurt. All right, no shenanigans. No shenanigans.
No shenanigans today, my friends.
Man, there's going to be one team that just picks it up first pick. I have a feeling through playoffs. Someone's going to do it. Now, these last bans, wow, interesting, too. They actually take out the Ling ban. They know, hey, this is King Kong.
And
King Kong.
And it's not beyond Escalera to just go ahead and say, you know, give me the Akai.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh, this is so much fun, man. If you're drafting against it, though, obviously it's a lot of pressure. Because, again, Fanny is still pretty much a thing.
I don't know if you guys would agree with me, but this is the most, I feel like, healthy meta we've had in a while. If not, I don't want to say like forever, but
You
for a while.
You don't want to be absolute about it. Yeah. I will agree with you.
Like there's
a
so
Moskov.
much room for flexibility.
I'll agree with you 90%.
All right,
because
90.
mid sucks.
Yeah, okay, mid. As a mid player, you know.
Right? Even your favorite hero doesn't see play anymore, dude.
Hey, once in a while, man.
Right?
You know?
Yeah, but I agree. There's so many heroes all across the board, so many viable strats that can actually win.
Yeah.
So now going into the second phase, obviously the Moskov has been banned out. What else? So maybe now. All right, there's a Nathan. All right. I was going to say maybe now we see the Roger, but never mind.
Isn't that weird? We haven't seen the Roger who has performed so well, especially in the regular season. Right now, he's just kind of not there.
Whoa.
It's very tanky frontliner, and of course,
this is tankiness.
Tankiness AF.
Yeah, and this is a Gem signature Terizla. So a good amount of the damage comes from, again, Kelra, a little bit from Prince. Again, that's going to hurt when you're able to stack those, again, a mage's equivalent of free hits. And, of course, just the amount of utility. Like, this lineup can actually do anything it wants. Isolation, CC, re-engage.
Travel.
Trap.
It can also go anywhere it wants.
Vision.
Yeah.
Diversions.
But here's what's scary about it, is you're going up against a team that's so well-rounded and that has synergy through the roof, and that's Blacklist International. I wonder what else they have left in the tank. What are they going to put in the hands of Salik Imam?
Bumblebee reporting for duty.
All right. That's a
Edith.
X-Borg? X-Borg.
X-Borg in the XP lane.
That's right.
All right, that's pretty. I guess that's focusing more on survival, making sure that you don't get beat down on lane.
I feel like doesn't this also just dunk on Terizla in the lane?
Yep, and it ruins the off-of-fighting experience of the Akai and the Grok. I hate it. As a utility main, like I like these chunky heroes.
Yeah.
I always just ban out X-Borg,
Right.
like, no question.
He's usually just banned out. But this was a great draft. I feel like on equal sides.
That's
like
right.
they both are very strong. And we'll take a look at exactly the rating for both of them. But really, there's so many tools that both these compositions can use from start to the end of the game. And I think that's where you have to kind of consider the fact, like, how early do you want to end the game here if you're either of these teams? And also when it comes to scaling. Because we know what also Nathan's can do late game, man. Like how much damage they're able to output here. How much even, Claude takes a while to build up, but okay,
That's probably
that's probably not right, obviously,
not right.
as we see the values there. So we're going to make our own
Math is hard.
rating.
Math is hard.
Math is hard, especially when you already went through a 5-game series.
Yep.
true.
Right?
Utility-wise, again, what you're capable of and the tricks up your sleeve, hands down, Fnatic Onic PH. Like, I'm not even going to question, like, what kind of damage they can do. Again, the coverage that they have. But when it comes down to simplicity and just execution,
Yep.
I got it for Black.
That's true. Like literally everything is just you press an ult near someone.
Yep.
So many things happen, and make sure that Oheb doesn't die. Sounds like an easy plan.
Just make the call.
Honestly, although I like the X-Borg pick itself,
Yeah.
I am very 50-50 on it in the hands of a guy like Edward. I feel like you have to utilize the mechanics of a person like Edward.
I
and
agree.
That's a little wasted on an X-Borg.
Yeah, there's
It's like
so
how
much.
how Edward can you do a last insanity? You know what I mean?
Yep. There's so
Like
much.
that's about it. That's
about
about
it.
what he's got.
There's
But
so much Abun Jingjing can do, man.
we'll
There's only
see.
so much, right? Like the range that you can control the flames.
Yeah, because
What
like
is that?
if you miss the positioning on the last insanity, and I'm assuming he has a flicker too.
Yeah.
Like, what do? You can't do Edward things after that. Or maybe he can. Maybe he's going to prove us wrong, right? I think
Hopefully.
either way. So we're going to have a little troubleshooting here on Blacklist International side as they get us situated. And another good look at what we opened the day with. If you guys missed I don't know what to call that, champion ceremony? To the Champions
the
Arena?
trophy laying ceremony.
The
I would
trophies?
say.
Let's just call it the flex, huh?
yeah. Let's call
Let's call it
an
what it
apple
is.
an apple.
Oh, LFG
Abu Jing Jing.
looking for group. If you guys get the reference, I know you play the games that I play.
Oh my gosh, they're praying to Saint Chantel here for game 5.
Oh, man, of
Seriously.
course.
Oh, that explains everything. It's Chantel.
All right, so one more look at the draft again.
Chantel
it
and
did-
Brigida's here.
It did go by quickly. Oh, no, that's why.
that's why.
On point.
Now
Camera
there's
knows what's
Burrito's here, too. Come
Burrito?
on.
And is that Coach Midnight?
Coach
That was Coach Midnight
Coach Midnight
of BTK
of
fame.
BTK out
Coach
there?
C9 Midnight?
Hey,
Possibly? Oh, sorry.
unconfirmed.
Unconfirmed.
Yeah,
On rumors.
I do hear he is also a caster in his free time.
Is he?
Only on Saturdays.
On occasions.
Yep. Okay. So again, one more look at the draft. Again, folks, the reason why this is how we break down the draft is because, yeah, conceptually speaking, on a role-per-role basis, Blacklist has such an easy time at executing, right?
Yep.
Look at the space that the Vexana has, the burst in CC she has, compared to the Lu Yi that you have to coordinate, that you have to set up to find those angles with. But now that we introduced the angles that Fnatic Onic PH can attack from,
Yeah.
they have that in spades. They're just so versatile.
It's that versatility that is going to work in their favor if, again, depending on especially how the early game goes. And when I'm looking at early game potential, I think the amount of CC available to Blacklist International, I'm talking about the Eternal Guard alone. Eternal Guard, the Edith,
Whoa.
Oh,
I don't think you can do that on.
Oh,
But yes.
well, you know, it's basically our
They're
Santa
not
Claus.
playing, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's all right. But no, going back to it, I think the early game pressure is going to be great here from Blacklist lineup. We'll see how it all turns out. Once again, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second match of the day. One of the teams going home here, Blacklist International or Fnatic Onic Philippines, as they get us situated for game number 1 in this best of 5, a do or die situation.
All right, that's a purple start for both of our junglers, and there's very little leashing, to be honest. There's a babysitting cooperative here down bottom for Kelra, and yeah, this is gonna be tough for Oeb. They're gonna just space him out. Look, he can't even farm.
Oh, that's actually huge. That's probably one
He
minion
missed out on
denied.
so much.
As long as he gets the gold cart, he should be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a pretty good start here. And obviously, we haven't seen what Super Prince can do yet. You don't want to group up in mid as much because you're going to get duality procs over and over.
All right, and what makes it worse, especially here in the first few minutes of the game, is there's a Master Assassin on the young Dwayne Pilas. That Claude is rocking Master Assassin. So unless they send someone home down bottom to protect Oheb to help him out, it's going to be tough for him to farm.
Okay, and with that, this little bit of poking going on here too, and I think it's right. You got to put Haji here, so of course Oheb doesn't continue to get bullied. Of course, they'll have to go ahead and rotate. That's good reaction.
Y'all saw that. It was anime-esque.
Anime-esque. But hey, both that lane, both the gold laners here, of course, in a way, want that gold lane experience.
Yeah, for the meantime, obviously, we will see. We haven't seen any big King Kong movements yet, but expect that to happen, to change soon, as we are going to see a very, very quiet start to the turn.
This is, hold up.
Look at that poke.
Oh, Viragar, we're out.
All right. Edward now hits level 4 first before Gem. Here's the thing. This is a relatively more quiet game and maybe series compared to how Blacklist and Minano went at it. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
They were going for kills minute 1.
That's what I said. Oh, hold on. Jump in.
Starts off with the Bentley zone and the wild charge.
Whoa!
Haji, they take care of Imam, and he goes down for first blood. Not to mention taking that turtle on the way out.
Good start there. They get the objective. They get the kill for Fnatic Onic Philippines. And with that, too, you can see this. Even Kelra still really trying to dominate this lane against Oheb, but that's a great start for Fnatic Onic.
I got to give it to Escalera. He went for Haji. He knows he's the more valuable target in that moment.
And why, right? You usually say, oh, no, it's supposed to be Yue. It's supposed to be Sensui even. No, at this point in the game, it's Haji who has 2 free CCs that are non-ults. So if you take that down out of the equation for Blacks International this early on, then you're in for an easy turtle take. That's what happened.
That's true.
So at this point, you know, and we were talking about this before that turtle fight broke out, it's been relatively quiet, but now with this bit of a lead that they already have, you can see how much they want to move it around the map. Not to mention, oh, hold on. Kelra.
This time around, it's going to be Blacklist or being very proactive, trying to get some damage onto Kelra here.
We're out of here.
Big movement, special delivery all the way back to the bottom.
You see the mastery on the mechanics on the Filipino Savage? He could have panicked and pressed the Purify, but he's like, nope, I know I'm not going to die.
Yeah, I can walk.
Understands the limits.
Yeah. And even on the diversion, he knows that he could have gotten swung at by the Eternal Guard. And he's like, nope.
Yeah.
Prince says, you know what, we're going to get out of here.
That's
we're fine.
Mastery and knowledge of your opponents, the cooldowns.
Game sense.
It really does form together into a really good package that makes the Filipino Savage who he is.
Yep, well, which makes this matchup all the more, again, hold up.
Oh,
Okay.
Oheb getting the lockdown here from all angles. Gonna go down once more to Escalera's power here. And no one can walk out easy. Another Guardian's Barrier popping up. Slow down UN Haji.
And they just walk out like that?
Like, that was so many things thrown at Oheb that even the entropy wasn't enough to save him. Oh, go in again.
Full common calculated. Kelra goes down through the guard.
They get payback.
All that he took.
A moment of vulnerability. It seems like Kelra may have forgotten where he was.
That's a moment. We overestimated the amount of power they have, but here comes Gem, diving in with penalty zone. Haji's on the side, already on Primal Wrath. Good damage all across the board. Relatively safe, still gonna come out with the turtle. No contest.
Objective secured. Again, great positioning here. If you just watch Fnatic Onic Philippines and the way that they move around the objective and even force Sensui, again, on a Fredrin, who is known for being able to dance, was not able to get in position that they wanted to for that. So now, 2 objectives in their hands. And Blcklist, although they found at least, Kelra earlier on, we'll see how they respond to this. How have the items fallen into place?
All right, so far you got about 200 gold up on Kelra. I'd say that's just under significant, right? Like it won't really matter up until I would say if they take this down, then that's gonna matter. All right,
That matters.
he understood the pressure of what went down about a minute ago, and he's like, I have to make up for it. So with that said, I like that Gem also picked up the Radiant Armor. I think Escalera and King Kong should also beeline their way into building Radiant Armor rather now than later, right? Because that's what? All magic for them.
Oh my goodness, look at that! 3 people being knocked around there by King Kong's heavy spin, and now he's going to be one who is answered immediately.
Oh, they jumped in!
With an all-in double kill for Super Fritz.
That's a twofer. That's a trade, Sensui and Haji for King Kong. And I reckon King Kong could have gotten away with it if it wasn't for that wall. If not the wall, I'm not so sure if the Ursa was still there. Oh, the headbutt! Edward!
Big
And
Delay damage!
oh! Revenge! Jeez Louise!
And they say Gem is the weak link. And they say Gem is the weak link.
How about them?
That's the body of Gem.
The body of Gem.
The BOJ.
The BOJ.
BOJ.
Folks, on record, Gem is currently the oldest active MLBB player in MPL Philippines Season 13, and his mechanics are up to par against Ancient Zero.
Yeah, you got to feel good about that if you're Gem. And now with that, look at the lead that they have for Fnatic Onic Philippines. And with that, they're going to go ahead and just grab themselves another objective. There's no contest that can happen from Blcklist International for this. They got to get prepped and ready for the Lord here, 2 minutes away.
7 minutes in, about 3,000 gold ahead. Fnatic Onic PH. Can I just say, and I say this on behalf of all of the MLBB fans who are specifically watching MPL PH season in, season out, I gotta say, I am at home. This is the familiar pace and the macro that the Philippines is known for. It's a game of inches. It's a game of small objectives and little kills where it matters. Because look at that. They know that they don't need to kill anyone from Blcklist to take that tier 1.
They don't have to fight if they don't want to. And a lot of times they're actually just responding to the attempts of Blcklist. And usually it's Fnatic Onic Philippines that's pulling out on top right now. Kelra gonna check that. Spots him out and even fires
so much
off.
damage going into the body of Oheb has.
Whoa.
Use the entry to get away.
Oh, Haji.
And now Haji,
Oh.
the pressure, gets taken up and overwhelmed by a Fnatic Onic.
Escalera saves Kelra.
That was a layered engage into a re-engage, into a retreat, and they're not even done!
Yeah, they're going straight up to that turret, get as much gold and as much damage as they can on that turret.
All right, check it out. Abun Jingjing down bottom, making quick work.
Another
Quick rotation. Look at this diversion.
Got another move just to
There's
catch that
Sense
wave.
Gem. Go get him, Gem. Dude.
see the utility? See the utility? It's like, all right, I know it's going to take you like 20, 30 seconds to get down there.
I got you.
I'll just cut it in half.
Yeah.
They don't need these fights. They can just play the gold game, and they're winning it. Efficiency-wise, going across the map, like they're getting each and every single gold on the map as much as they can. And they're getting 4.6k gold lead without even any major team fights.
Yeah, I mean, half of these kills on Fnatic Onic PH are their kills, and then the others are just responses from Blcklist.
Yeah.
And they're still going. Again, now this time, Kelra's job, I don't know what his
Look at this
turret
guy.
damage is going to be for this game, but it's out of this world right now as another turret's going to fall there on the bottom side. And with that, Lord is now up. And look at the advantage in terms of space that Fnatic Onic PH has here. So Blcklist International, it looks like they still want to contest it. They still want to go and try to dance this off.
Yeah, nothing comes for free. Nothing comes for free, especially since Yue hasn't died yet. He's one of the cores, one of the main reasons why and how Blcklist might be able to clap back here. 5,000 gold, that's nothing to scoff at. But mind you, remember, Blcklist has a lot of CC. but they haven't timed out Kelra's Purify, so they know they're counting out on it. They're waiting until they get the signal, and then they can lean hard.
That should be the signal right there. Good positioning already from everyone on Fnatic Onic. That Guardian Sparrow make sure that it's going to be hard for OHEB to get in without the entropy.
Oh,
And now there's going to be a check here. Obviously, no one's going to go down there.
that's a fake
but
out.
it will be the Lord pick.
Lord. Oh, he's
Now
gonna
on
get
top,
it. And there it
no
is.
contest once more.
Okay, again, you have to really admire the way that Fnatic Onic PH dances around the objectives. The way they zone, the put pressure, and make it so difficult for Blacklist International to even move toward it.
And what's crazy is, I don't know if it's just the fatigue of having casted that slobber knocker earlier on, but I can't think of an analogy of what Fnatic Onic PH is doing, wherein they're literally just saying, I'm going to take this. If you can stop me, come on in. But if you can't, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Like, what else in life is like that? Nothing is free, but Fnatic Onic PH is playing in a way wherein it seems like it is.
And Blacklist can only do this for so long. There's only so much turrets you can give away. So, I don't know how long they can keep this up.
It's interesting because I feel for Blacklist right now. They're trying to find ways to make Edward do something. They're trying to get Haji to get in a good engage and then have Sensui tank up hard enough, peel hard enough in the front lines for OHEB to do something. But right now, it's just not happening.
They're just gapped. Like, if you look across the board, they have such a big gap to deal with here in terms of items and levels. And with that, they're going to try to hold on the best they can to some of these turrets. Escalera not going to find the connection he's looking for.
Warning shot?
Yeah, warning shot. It's like, hey, look at me.
I'm
it.
looking. I'm looking.
I'm looking. What am I supposed to see? And right now, it's
Hodge!
Oh,
Haji!
Whoa!
Blocked by the Guardian's Barrier, and Gem diving in with the penalty zone, pushing everyone back. But the minions are gone.
All right,
wow.
was there a Guardian's Barrier there? Is that why Haji
There
was
was
just
a
like,
Guardian's Barrier
He just
there.
stood there like for 2 seconds.
couldn't he have flickered? At least defensively?
All right, something tells me maybe he just knew it was coming.
And he's like, all right, I'm just...
This is
I'll
not
do-"
going to happen. I'm not safe anymore.
It's like that analogy you were looking for just a minute ago.
Yeah, no, there's nothing like it in real
Try
life.
to stop me, you can't.
It just happens. Oh, here we
Until
go.
when is going to be the target here? Kelra is done waiting. Went in, got his money, went out.
Yep, at that point, this is really what you're looking for. I mean, Kelra has had one heck of a game aside from that one death he had earlier on. They're still going.
Still going hard, wild
Whoa!
charge, just to make sure Haji is in place while everyone gets to work. King Kong falls, you good
Oh,
damage.
Gem.
He's going to go down as well. Gem with kill. Sensui following suit. 3 members remaining for Fnatic.
2 for 4. They eventually crack bottom lane inhibitor. The damage has been done. And Fnatic Onic PH just walking out like nothing happened. Again, they did take down King Kong. They did take down Gem. But here's the thing. I didn't even notice this. King Kong has no kills. He's an objective machine. That doesn't count in a shutdown. There's very little gold turnover for Black. I mean, Fnatic Onic PH still sitting at about 7, 8K gold.
And that's what I'm saying. King Kong as a player has really developed over the seasons from when we've seen him previously to where he is now, because he either plays games like this or he's pure just, let me get these objectives, or he's playing a utility tank or even aggressive utility tank and getting kill after kill. So right now it's mostly just, hey, I trust Escalera and Gem to be that front line that we need, and we're fine with that. I can focus on the dances with these lords, with those turtles earlier on. And even given how this whole thing has gone, Blacklist International still wants to show face here. You heard the conceal going to be used, but they're just going to zone out the rest of Blacklist once again, as they've done time and time. Sensui's still looking for an angle to enter.
I still don't know how long they can keep this up, but right now they know that they cannot give this away for free. And the reset here, just trying to gauge how much they can push it.
Wow.
And right now,
That's
it has been removed. Firaga armor in one sweep.
That's a early first insanity there. And just like that again!
They gave it away again.
I'm going to take this, all right?
Space! In the Edward space. What the heck, man? That was fearless.
Oh, now they can do the longest diversion.
Yeah.
Of course, it's the Claude and the Lo Yi.
Of course.
It is. That's what
Okay.
they're going to play around here with.
You can
Fellas.
almost trademark that.
Fellas, 10K. 10K now.
10K?
Oh man, Blacklist, can they somehow stay in this game here? OHEB is Okay, he picks up the Divine Glaive at least. He's got, what, 4 items that he needs, but
Yeah.
even so, you can already just count on the fact that Fnatic Onic BH is just going to force this as they now make their way for that mid-turret Lord on the bottom side.
Man, if Blacklist keeps this up, they're going to get the Pacifist achievement. They're not fighting them.
Escalera again, conceal.
Trying to go hard here. Oheb, I don't think he has the damage. Maybe that's why they're kind of just waiting it out, waiting for Onic PH to make a move, and now Fnatic are going to fight it out. Oheb with the entropy, doing enough damage to take out one, but not going to be enough to take out Kelra. And just like that, they're going to fizzle out. Fnatic Onic Philippines get game number 1.
And man, oh man, have they prepared for playoffs. You can see it in that game number 1 here from Fnatic Onic Philippines as they go 1-0 into the series against Blacklist.
Yeah, I'm going to say now, the only real foil to Fredrin is Akai.
Yeah.
That's it. Those are your 2 junglers on top of the food chain.
I feel like it could have been easily. It's so scary because it's the most simple solution to a hero that has been dominating our league for how many years now? Akai. Who'd have thought?
He's like a mainstay for so long, and even though you've had Fredrin come in now and he's been Mr. Popular for the longest time, Akai is just like, how does it work?
2 years now.
2 years, Fred.
2 years, Fred. Bro.
Popular Fredrin.
You're the Fredrin.
But here's old reliable. That guy who's always going to listen to you when you have problems is the Dragon Warrior. It's Akai.
Dragon Warrior. He went from dancing like a hurricane to just dancing heavily.
Dude, the utility that Onic PH has, and again that one question mark, that little blank that I was afraid of. That's why I was not so sure of leaning hard into this draft. Is because it relies on so much communication, synergy, and execution. And it's been a while, but this is a super fam we're talking about. Roll per roll, lane per lane, pound for pound. These are the best players that you can find all around the world.
They didn't really change much, did they? Like,
they had some tweaking to do, some
tweaking,
polishing, but here they schlocked it in.
Schlocked in, man.
Schlocked in. That's what it is. I don't know if that's going to become a thing during playoffs, but hey,
it is now.
That's what it is now, right? But let's go ahead and once again have this broken down by our analyst Renmar to really take us through this game number 1.
Fnatic Onic Philippines takes game number 1. And in dominating fashion, I'm already excited to find out kung sino nga yung magiging MVP dito. Kasi across the board, position 1 to 5, Rome all the way up to gold, jungle, EXP, and mid. They played like absolute all-stars, looking fresh against the Blacklist International that went 5 games in the previous series. Escalera is the MVP for this game number 1. Stone cold. Look at him. He's blinking, but he's just like, game 1 pa lang yun. Di pa tapos yung laban. MVP, well-deserved. And you can see he really set the tempo. Escalera getting the grok here. A signature pickup all the way back in his TNC Pro Team days. Now up here with Onic PH. Even in last season, this is one of the best picks for Escalera because it allows him to play aggressively. Escalera shines the most pag nakakapag-invade siya, pag nakakakita siya ng vision para sa team, when he can read the rotations of the opposing enemy roamer and jungler. Doon pinakamasaya si Escalera, and of course, whoever he's paired up with in the mid lane in this scenario, it's Super Friends. Escalera and Super Friends make one of the most deadliest roam mid duos in MPL Philippines Season 13. At naramdaman yun ni Oheb. This Nathan was given a lot of focus by Fnatic Onic Philippines. Kasi nakita natin in multiple games throughout Season 13, Oheb, late game Nathan, or an early scaling Nathan, well, sobrang hirap actually to face up against Blacklist International when they have the Nathan with them. Pero pag binigyan mo ng attention yung gold lane, pinahirapan mo yung pag-farm ni Oheb, then Fnatic Onic PH will be able to ride it out because Blacklist International will be too focused onto making sure na yung Nathan nila ay makakalabas. This is how bad it got in terms of the lead. At one point, there was a one-level lead for Kelra over Oheb nung nasira nila yung unang torre doon sa bottom lane at 5 minutes 40. And by the time they were sieging the base the first time, 3 levels na yung lamang ni Kelra over Oheb in the gold lane department. And all of that happened again because of sharp rotations from Onic Philippines, who got their signature Low Yi in the first pick. Low Yi plus the Claude, Super Prince and Kelra give Escalera a fast roaming roamer who is able to go around the map and able to actually just smother everyone in their opponents. Doon masaya ang Fnatic Onic Philippines. And honestly, when you look back at the objective takes, you can really see in the beginning, malapit-lapit pa yung laban. Blcklist International, mas G sila lumaban. But then as it went on and on, nung lumalaki na yung lamang ng Fnatic Onic Philippines, doon na nakita natin yung hesitation ng Blcklist International. Hesitation that was utilized by Fnatic Onic Philippines with surprise aggression. Papasok bigla si Escalera, papasok bigla si Kelra. One of those plays being that blazing duet in the base just to take down Oheb and even getting out. But a sleeper hit here again is the hidden gem himself. Gem going into the playoffs, 8 wins, 3 losses lang yung Terizla niya. Undoubtedly, the best Terizla in MPL Philippines Season 13. The best record, the best performances, and you showed it here. Interesting item build path. He didn't complete into the Hunter Strike. Nag-Fury Hammer lang siya, and then he went for the defensive, minimizing the magic damage na pwede i-dash out ng lineup ng Blcklist International. But at the same time, you have to give credits to the aggression of King Kong. The fact that he was able to win retribution battles, no major objectives ang napunta sa side ng Blcklist International. Sensui winning the retro duels, but most importantly, able to juggle with Escalera in terms of, sige, sino sa atin magsiset? Because most of the time, Gem is gonna go for the late entry set. It's gonna be Escalera or King Kong first, and then biglang papasok si Gem with a follow-up with the penalty zone. Rinse and repeat. It got to the point where you can see Blcklist International, alam na nila kung ano gusto win ng Fnatic Onic Philippines, but dahil sobrang laki ng lamang ng Fnatic Onic Philippines, they controlled the early, mid, all the way up to near the end of the game, they didn't let go. 889 GPM para kay Kelra over 649 on Oheb. And of course, we're gonna put focus onto that kasi pag nakita mo yung dalawang marksman na ito, usually iniisip mo, Nathan farms really fast. He's the marksman ranged version of Harith in terms of dealing magic damage in the gold lane. You want him to farm up fast. A Claude with 889 GPM at 15 minutes and 36 seconds really just shows how massive the lead was already for Fnatic Onic Philippines, dominating game number 1.
When the body suffers.
There was a
spirit
Angela,
moves.
Matilda, and Harith ban first, but they were red this time around. There's a swapperoo. Angela, Grok, and Low Yi. Dear Lord, Super Princess Low Yi.
You and me.
Now that's a force of nature.
should.
Here's the pickup on the Fred.
That's the old Fred.
Oh, what's left out here? Faramis.
Good old reliable. but
Faramis
now
Akai.
Fairness Akai.
on a 50% win rate today.
Well, you did say the Akai is the answer for the Fred.
That's right.
And, I would just 100% agree with I was going to say Escalera ban or the Grok, because not only was he engaging left and right, but he was peeling for Kelra left and right on point. So I'm wondering what's going to go in the hands of Escalera once again. There's the Akai.
There it is.
Like we talked about, Leo mentioned, is probably the best thing to pick up against this Fredrin pick.
I will choose my
And
own.
Oh, wait!
he's
wait.
actually going through.
This is the
Arlo?
first time
It's
we're seeing
Arlo!
Arlo all day!
Arlo.
Arlo!
Onic!
Really?
Fnatic Onic! They banned the Arlo while they were on blue earlier in game 1, and now that it's open, this is a flex. I gotta say, this is a flex. Like, you don't know if it's going on Escalera, you don't know if it's going on Gem. But again, they are going off of this tangent, this principle of utility. They can do so much with just these 2 heroes.
And that's the thing is, like, if you feel like, hey, that Grok was a pain, this Arlot is a different pain.
Completely banned out. I think it's.
That is line?
Oh,
That's a hero line.
It's
That's a hero line.
Is it? I don't know.
No, it's not. It's 100% ban rate in the previous series. Now it's going to be unleashed. I mean, obviously, there wasn't any major changes that was done to Arlot.
No, not at all.
So teams just realized, you know what? This is too good to start off fights. And when you do start off fights, there's a really high percentage you come out on top.
Yep. Okay, there's a Nathan. And do you see the speed at which Etomax and Why Not are drafting? The last time I saw a draft this quick was with Coach Treb. And that's called the Trevor Blitz draft. Look
Trevor
at this.
Blitz.
Not more than 10 seconds and they already have the Nathan.
Let's hear from the
So I said they know the game plan. They know what they want to do here. And, you know, with that, too, the fact that, hey, Kalra had a great gold lane experience the previous game. Yeah, he had a little bit of pressure early on, but he was left to his own, especially with having a delivery service like Louis Yi.
All right, let me amend the statement. It's not that he didn't have any trouble. It's just he played well to his outs. Blacklist couldn't get to him.
He's the savage after all.
Yeah.
Well, all of that was happening. Obviously, that was like when King Kong was going ham, Escalera just wild charging in your faces. It was quite hard to keep track of the Claude
Right.
for a majority of that game.
Was Renmar mentioning this? Was that King Kong's first game on the Akai? I know it says a 100% win rate. If I remember right, Renmar mentioned that
He has never played in the
he has
Kai.
never played in Akai, and I
That
was like,
blew
wait,
my
what?
mind a
Even
little
in the
bit.
regular season, he never played in Akai?
Well, here it is now.
Well, now he's got a second time here, and it's a 100% win rate. I would be spamming that 100% win rate. And so he picks it up, and really, for them to have a success here, what do they want to continue on with? Now, Escalera, hey, this could be Escalera on the Arla. It could be Flex. We'll see if they actually pick up the mid lane option right now and leave that last pick for a possible curveball.
Your Fireman's still open, by the way. No chance of picking up the Valentina.
Yep.
So there's no clapback on a Nether Realm, an opposing Nether Realm.
Oh, I love that.
Right.
That's so easy to pull off.
surest path
Oh,
to
no.
elimination.
But again, there's no rush for it, so they put the Yuzhong onto Gem first,
Yep.
closing up whatever pick Oheb might go for.
Yep.
The Filipino sniper is not safe.
And once more, the Yuzhong discourages a lot of picks. Leslie, one of them,
I'm
right?
the
Talked
priestess
about
of
that
primal
previously.
lightning, the hunter of all
Is that-
evil
is that
I still
gods.
want that,
pretty good?
Edith.
There
What
she
was
is.
that? What was that last one? Claude,
Claude.
okay.
All right.
All right, what is our last pick here?
Okay, so this will now definitely be Super Friends. We know where the Arlot's going. We know
Yep.
the Yuzhong is in the hands of Gem. What's Friends bringing to the table here?
Fireman's pretty good.
Novaria?
Novaria.
Faramus, Nova, the Gourd. There's no
Why
reason to go
not?
for the Gourd this
Why not
early,
the
though.
Gourd?
It would be a little bit.
If not to put a smile on Naisu's face.
Yeah. Hey, it usually happens when I'm on desk, so, you know.
Among the
That's not Gord, though.
Whoa!
The
Eve!
I was made.
Welcome. Hey, we had Farsa earlier. Why not have Eve?
Okay, they know something, and they're planning something.
Yes. Take it. Take us back.
This was seen in previous. I think we saw this in other leagues, obviously.
Yeah.
Not as much. But so, yeah, I wonder why, Leo.
Well, if you think about it, this actually works pretty well. Usually, if the Arlot is picked up, you sometimes see
Yep.
the Eve picked up
Yep.
because you can, play around the RWM.
You can protect
You
the
can
Eve.
protect,
You can
yeah.
put him into the line of
Exactly.
fire.
Sweep them in.
Yep.
Shove him inside the box.
Even with a heavy spin, you can do
Yeah.
that. And again, you're playing with a box, not just with the real room manipulation, but even in the line of fire of the entropy. But here's what's scary, and here's what I'm afraid of. That's a lot of magic damage. It's all mostly magic damage
Yeah.
that Fnatic, Onic, PH are playing with. But at least they have an early threat of physical in the rest of the squad. So I like the overall approach that Onic PH have. Again, very spicy, but Blacklist, all the more a fundamental go at it. Again, there's very little I think that's wrong with their lineup. I actually like it.
Well, you guys watching can let us know which team you think is going to take this game number 2. And don't forget to keep an eye out as well for the TikTok goodie bag if you're watching with us on TikTok. Now as we get prepped up and ready, you can see the junglers already starting the rotations here. How will Blacklist take it and even out the series for a 1-for-1? Can they deal with it? We have seen Escalera on this Arlot before, and when he got his hands on it in the regular season, it was always banned after that. So anything real quick emblem-wise?
Oh, all right. Sent it away. Checking it out, not much. I think everything is up to snuff, except, interesting, Impure Rage on the Arlo.
Oh, yeah.
Small bits of percent damage. And, of course, unlimited mana.
Uh,
But that's already
Yeah,
given.
it also helps the fact that he was also on the common emblem anyways. So I think he's just going to stay in the fight more in a different angle compared to like the Quantum Charge or Brave Smite type of Arlo. Okay.
That's not bad. Actually, I like it because, yeah, your priority of the Arlo, obviously survivability.
And the damage.
And the damage.
Damage.
Small bits of damage do add up over time. As you can see, though, level 4 on Sensui means they are go, or at least very much ready to go for the turtle. Which King Kong will go for a spin. Haji able to jump out in time. At the very least, just wait for the level 4s.
Yep. Almost pulled the trigger on the heavy spin there for the first blood on Haji, but they are going to be able to keep all of their big ticket ults, at least until Haji hits level 4 here for the first turtle take. Oh, check this out. Gem is behind on XP.
Edward onto this Edith, who's very
Whoa!
dead, but not when Escalera is on your tail. Has to dragon form out of there, though.
But now, okay, hold on. Turtle.
Oh, the turtle. Look at that. Beautiful zoning by King Kong.
It's King Kong.
I'm a little speechless. That was so basic.
King Kong ain't got nothing on this. Again, he has no business playing Akai this good. If I need to check out the stats later on, but
it's 100%.
If his sample size is so small and he's this good, oh wait, hold on.
Haji, flicker out just to get into safety.
That's from Training Day 2001.
2001.
Denzel Washington, by the way.
That's a while ago, man.
That was a while ago.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, that's a movie this desk would definitely know.
I love Jim Carrey in that one.
I hate you, Naisu. Don't put us on blast.
Well, going back to it again, with that, it's something similar to what we saw in the previous game, guys, where Fnatic Onic, they know, hey, we don't have to go and get all these kills if we can just kind of make these micro movements, get the advantage here if we can. If it's even just objectives, that's all we need right now.
Hashtag micro matters.
That's right.
And everything they've done so far and the decisions they made in-game and even pre-game are all going towards that. And if anything, now they're tighter. Because again, if you'll remember, around this time in Game 1, there were already some kills from Blacklist that punished Fnatic Onic. But here, this time, it's like it's a tight ship they're running.
Look, King Kong's ready for this.
Well, aside from Sensui, who's having a bad time, obviously, everything else seems to be in order for Blacklist.
Okay.
Or on track, at least.
Just straight up taking that small camp.
There you go, the flicker with the slice and dice. No victims whatsoever. So that's flicker gone for Escalera for 2 minutes. Let's see what Blacklist can do with that. And now, as we head into turtle number 2.
All right. It came at the price of US Flicker, too. So it's an F for F.
F and F, yeah.
So they got that down, but so given that, with his turtle take, you're still going to see Fnatic Onic deal with positioning here. They have to kind of wait for the RWM. They might try to stall this out unless they give it up here. So it should be up in just a little bit. We'll see if they really take this slowly, but the information's there. Half health though for now.
Another one. Final Slash on cooldown once more. King Kong using the heavy spin quite early on. But he was still going to be the one to take that turn, even though he was really off position. But Oheb with the first blood. Blacklist could be happy with that one. A little bit of gold on their marksman right there.
I reckon that's all good for Black, actually. Now they're going to pressure King Kong.
They get more, maybe, but tankiness is one of the fortes of Atakai. He's going to be able to make it out, at least for now.
Oh, Grand Theft Purple right there. Off of the second turtle take that obviously had a lot of resources go into it from Fnatic Onic PH. Blacklist says, you know what? Let's take King Kong's purple. How about that?
They had to take something. They can't keep just like having King Kong do what he was doing the past couple minutes and not get punished for it. So finally, Blacklist International will find an answer. Items are kind of falling into place, these first items being picked up here.
Yep, about 400 gold ahead is Kelra over Oheb. And you can say the same for mid lane in Frince and Yue. Even in XP, Frince is ahead of Yue. Something to note though, hold up.
Oh boy.
Oheb.
Oheb trying to get some bullets into the body of Kelra there, but no go Cigar. He's the one who got punished instead.
They're fine. Something to note, King Kong, he tends to do this. An early brute force breastplate. I believe that's where he's on his way now. That's his first major pickup.
Is that just a typical King Kong thing?
Look, see? I don't know if that's what guys do these days.
BFBP. There you go. It's another possibility of Sensui going
Oh!
This is with the Appraiser's Wrath. backup is pretty far away.
Wow!
Dash over the wall.
Oh, no, King
He's
Kong.
still going to be alive. And he's going to take King Kong with him.
Impressive disengage and retreat by Sensui. All the while, Blcklist take King Kong out on the retreat. Amazing work. Blcklist shrinking that lead down to 400. Already
nice.
in better shape than game one.
Fancy footwork from Sensui. Kelra.
Kelra.
I think this is really where we have to look at, especially when we get to that mid-game transition, is the gold lane here. But right now, Blcklist International, everything that they've done the past couple minutes has now allowed them to go ahead and get this turtle here and slowly put things in their favor with the way that they're playing around Fnatic Onic BH right now.
All right, here we go, one more look. There it is, Molten Essence into the Brute Force Breastplate. All the while, an early Radiant Armor for Sensui, which makes sense. Again, all of the major damage coming in later on once the cores are coming online. Fnatic Onic BH are relying on Kelra and Super Friend, so that's it. Already, the insurance from Sensui. I'm waiting to see this gold lane matchup come to a head. Not much we see from Kelra just yet.
That's right. Black was very
Oh,
on their
Escalera.
toes here. Spots out Escalera as well. Cancels the final slash. Oh my goodness, Sensui doing work here.
Sensui is definitely feeling the instincts right now. Able to just stop Escalera in his tracks. Even gets the flicker out.
Yeah,
Otherwise, he would have gone down there. So great play, great movement.
they compromise Escalera so much with very little.
And now they could get something done here on the bottom side, but definitely not that tower. Keller is so good on the clear. Top side, though, is a different story.
Okay.
Looks like Edward actually committed the Primal Wrath there.
Yeah, he had to use it. Still has his flicker, though.
Gets
And
the
right
tower.
now, yeah. It's really just Blcklist International now doing what we saw from Fnatic the previous game. Hold on!
You are going to get locked in here, but not even the real-world manipulation can save him. Since
Oh!
of course, with the Praise Wrath, good enough damage, but not enough to take down Super Prince. Now the follow-up is strong here, coming in from Blacklist.
Gem!
Non-stop aggression here, Edward. Trying to see if he can get some damage on the Gem and Super Friends, but it's going to be a bit too late. That is going to be 3 for 2.
Oh!
And a flicker in for Edward! My goodness me!
And that's why they call him Legend Zero. Abun Jingjing coming in. No one expected him to go that deep.
That's what people want to see from Edward. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to do stuff like that on the export the previous game, but
Doesn't
he
allow
pulled
for
it through with the Edith, and we've seen him pick it up so many times tonight alone. And so with that, Blcklist International finds themselves in a great lead here
That's impressive.
going into this Lord.
See
That's
what we mean,
impressive.
though, right? The micro we're talking about.
Right,
man.
he needs that. And now he's about 1,500 gold ahead of Gem. And Gem actually had to spend that Petrify full combo. Oh,
Conceal here, spotted out by Haji. Gonna wait up a little bit. Edwards close by, waiting in the wings.
Oh, they're pulling the
And
trigger.
they're gonna fight this time around. Everyone knocked out by the Lord, but Kelra gets that Lord now.
Oh, that's costly.
Follow-up
There's
damage
Oheb.
is gonna be stronger here as Oheb did just arrive. He still has the Blazing Duet. He's
Oh!
waiting for the chance to use it, and there!
Whoa!
But beautiful timing from King Kong stops them
Oh,
in
Gem.
their tracks. Following it up here is gonna be Gem. Feels like he can take it, but will he though? Fight is strong.
Oh!
That is a 2 for none. Boom! Punch back by Sensui.
What? Feelings were hurt, words were said, regrets were had off of the back of a single Appraiser's Wrath. Fnatic Onic BH.
They just got checked.
They just got checked. That's a
Check.
reality check, man. You never
So
do
hard.
that against a fully stacked up Fred. And the rubber band snaps.
That's underestimation against a Frederick, man. That's all I can say. Look at this guy.
Look at
the
him.
heart
Oh,
of
man.
this boy, fighting it out up till the very end, keeping it together. And here comes the cavalry. We're seeing him
RWF.
fight under that turret. Real world manipulation going to be ignored completely here.
Okay.
Lots of ultimates being used up, but it's going to be a stalemate for now. Blacklist 2K ahead.
All right. This is straight on just violence.
This is.
It's a frenzy. Oh, look at this.
Oh,
Look
no.
at this.
On
Concealed blade again?
conceal. Oh, they're looking forward. King Kong looking for someone, but the concealed blade will fail. And now the chase is
Oh,
on.
no.
Haji, will he use it? Even the
Flicker's
flicker
out.
being used by Escalera just to make sure everyone is running off the safety. The compression is too much. And the
Oh, they go
counter
back
punch.
in.
The counter punch is so strong here from Gem. Edward, Primal Wrath. Good damage.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness, they are not stopping.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
When is
Oh,
this
this is
gonna
going.
stop?
Okay.
All right, counter still there.
The back, the back, the back. The feint on the feint.
Absolute cinema, as they like to call it. Man, the back and forth, and no one goes down.
That last minute sequence is what it would feel like if Shutter Island had a sequel. And it doesn't. And there's a reason why it doesn't.
What year was that?
I wish I could tell you off the top. I just don't know.
2003, I think.
It stars Mark Ruffalo.
That's
it
right.
stars Leonardo DiCaprio.
Hey, there's a couple different versions.
It's not Shudder from the Malaysian
It's Thai,
movie.
bro.
That's a 5 movie.
It's Thai and American. That's a horror
right.
film.
That's not
That's
it.
right.
I'm talking
That's
about the
different.
suspense thriller.
Suspense thriller
Shudder
category.
Island. There you go.
That's right. Well, right
Daniel
now,
Lattis. Oh, here we go.
this is a thriller. This game number 2. Right now, Blacklist International still has that lead, but man, you are seeing exactly what the lineup from both the teams are able to pull off here.
Yep.
And why still Eve is actually really great for a lot of these fights and a lot of this type of play, able to cut things off and keep things in that box, of course. Look at the damage dealt as well from Calra and Super Prince. And now the Lord Dance starts up once again. Calra making his way to this.
Okay, he's coming from an
Half
angle. He's coming from an angle.
Interesting angle. Escalator on the back.
He reveals himself.
He's seen. Lord, still a fourth of the health here.
Watch King Kong.
King Kong, watch
Ready
him. Look
for
at the
it.
wave on the
Watch
bottom.
Escalera.
Oh!
Down deep here. Galera once more with the Lord take.
Oh.
His damage is way through the roof here.
Oh.
But the clutch back can be strong here for Black. Let's see if they'll go for it. Haji, we're looking for that no
Escalera
inferior.
cut off.
Escalera!
He's cut off.
Getting cut off here. He's getting chased down.
Benji's
He got
not
hit.
through.
And he's gonna fight against 5, and that's gonna be him going.
Oh, where is King Kong going?
I think he was on his way to respond and help and back up. But wait, look.
They're going to run it
Look
down
at the
mid.
map. The pressure.
Have the pressure on the mid. Oh my goodness, Kelra. His damage is stronger than Red Tree. He's taking down turrets left and right.
Oh, he thought twice. Look, the turret's still standing.
Oh, it's still alive.
Oh, man, I thought he was going to be able to at least get that, so he makes his way top.
Going to top.
Oh, he can just bum rush top then, huh?
Yeah, very easy to push that in. No problem whatsoever.
Yeah.
Effortless movement.
Fnatic Onic can't take this. Fnatic Onic shouldn't take this. They're down a man. They need Escalera.
Yeah, they need Escalera for this fight. He's going to be making his way now that he's back up here. So I think Fnatic Onic just happy. They whittled down that 3K gold, that gold lead that Blacklist International had. So it's gone. They've bought themselves some time. Escalera picking up some defensive item as well. So now they're in a better position at least to continue on the fighting that has been happening for the past, 5 minutes now for both these teams.
Yep, if you're talking about firepower, you're talking about what kind of damage they're putting on the map. I think Fnatic Onic PH are now on a even standing with Blacklist. Earlier, it was obvious to expect that Yue and Oe were going to deal more damage, but now it comes down to execution. Now it comes down to how you use your CC. If Fnatic Onic has it in spades, but Blacklist have that X factor, they have the heals. Haji has been playing such a key role to these re-engages. Escalera with the conceal.
Oh! They're going to spot out one. Edward, can he pull the Primal Wrath though? It's going to be in time, and the punch back could be strong. Once more, there's so many possibilities for Blacklist, but they're not taking it quite yet. They're starting to kind of roll back to what they were doing in game 1.
I mean, in a game of inches, this is what you kind of want to do. You want to see how much you can progress with, step by step, and then you slowly add more layers to it, and then eventually, you see how they held on to some of their skills. They held on to the RWM, they held on to the Black Dragon form, onto the Petrify combo, and hell, I think even some members of Blacklist thought, hey, they're not going to force this. We're fine.
It's like they're fishing, right? They're going and trying to see if they can get a kill. If they can't, they back off. Both teams kind of get re-situated and reset here.
Yep.
Malefic Roar being picked up now for Oheb. He's
That's
got
full
that
build.
available. That's full build on this Claude.
They can just sell the boots. They can go barefoot.
Look at that real-time win rate. Is that the 50-50?
Toss a coin,
That's
will
the
ya?
50-50.
That's the 50-50.
Okay. Already, like I said, Super Prince able to pump out quite a bit of damage. You got to remember, too, the fact that Fnatic Onic has the tier 1 in the mid lane up is a benefit for them. They can play around that. Look at Escalera's positioning. Keep an eye on him as this Lord Dance gets started up. Where is he to go this time as the fight breaks out?
Oh!
Escalera looking for an angle here, but he catches Yue, dodges out of
no.
it into the real world. He catches Kelra! Kelra's down! Oh my goodness, and now it's a 3v5.
That was a disastrous engage for Fnatic Onic PH. Blacklist obviously saw where the soft side, where the weak side of that flank was, and they went straight for the jugular, taking down Kelra, taking down Escalera.
Yeah.
Fnatic Onic PH could not have handled that. Now Blacklist has a Lord. Blacklist way ahead once more, 3K again.
That broke down so badly for Fnatic Onic here. And the miss on the final slash, Yue dodging and recovering almost immediately. It's almost like Escalera didn't do anything there.
Yeah, he wanted to, but then he didn't catch, what did he catch? Yue, that was it, but then he got caught out.
Yeah.
And then Kelra goes down, so it's just, it had the idea, but it just fell apart.
And I could have sworn it was bad when it was a defensive heavy spin.
Yeah.
As soon as I was talking, oh no, this is bad.
Yeah.
This is bad. As an Akai, you treat your heavy spin like a Purify.
Yep.
You treat it like it's your lifeline, because that's how you win and lose team fights.
Okay, with this, Fnatic Onyx Philippines going to have to go ahead and be on this defense, defend their base the best they can. They already lost quite a few turrets. They're going to lose this tier 2 as well on the top side. They have great defenses, though, on the high ground when you look at it. How will they play this out? Will Blacklist International force a fight here? Lord charges in.
Oh, you're going to get cracked open, huh?
Yep, crack it open. That's an easy turret going over the Blacklist. No pressure whatsoever. But now Kelra and Escalera, you can almost hear the cogs in their brains. Escalera like, okay, where am I going to go next? What angle am I going to go next after this?
He's definitely got to make up for that previous one because that was not what they wanted or needed. So they hold on to at least these 2 base turns for now. They're going to lose some resources, but at this point, it's really going to come down to those fights for the Lord, right? This is most likely just going to be them holding on for the next minute or so until that comes up, and we're going to have to see them do the same thing. I'm wondering if Blacklist International also is just like, hey, we can actually just wait for Fnatic Onic Philippines to do that again. We don't actually have to do it unless they get a pick off, probably with Edward utilizing the flicker combination, or even Haji, the way with that Minotaur and the Minoan Fury. So we'll see how that plays out. Super Prince finally gets his Divine Glaive locked in. And also taking a look at this head-to-head here between Super Prince and Yue. Man, the damage obviously is going to be scaled in favor for Super Prince here on this Eve pick. Once you drop that box down, it's crucial for them on the placement here.
Yeah, but the knockups from Blacklist canceled out the RWM earlier, so it was just all bad for Fnatic Onic PH. But here's some good news and bad news, right? For Fnatic Onic PH, 15 seconds away from this next Lord. Good news, short lane, the lane that actually got penetrated, is on Lord's side, so it's going to be easier for them to defend against. Bad news is I don't think it's a good idea to contest unless they can position Escalera and King Kong in a good spot wherein they can either, number 1, a secure Lord wherein they will not die, or B, wherein they can defend inside their base and just not contest it at all. So they have to make that decision now, and it looks like King Kong is actually gauging how many men they're going to send, how many members of Black they'll have to contest with.
That puts so much pressure on Escalera once more to make sure that your setup is proper, that you're getting into the right timing. But Edward going in ham, and down goes Escalera without doing anything at all. Once more, it's a 4v5 on the Lord.
Makes you wonder, did they not check that push?
Apparently, I think Escalera was on the way, but he got caught off on the way, man.
That's tough. That's a small brush, by the way.
That's tough.
So you're just back at that once again. Fnatic Onic Philippines going to have to be on the defensive. Escalera will be up by the time they push into the base, but still, you're seeing how quickly he's being worked on and taken care of.
All right, it looks like Blacklist forced Fnatic Onic PH to choose an option. You have to just let go of the Lord and defend.
And defend.
Which I think is better in the grander scheme of things for Fnatic Onic PH, is because at least now they can plan for that ahead.
Yeah.
It's not something that they have to go off of when there's just like 2 dudes left on the map. At least now they can do it on a 5-man scale.
So as we wait for that Lord to go ahead, spawn up. He's going to go to top side. Push in. Fnatic, Onic trying to get what they can, especially on Kelra. It's crucial that Kelra obviously doesn't get picked off here. That's one of the advantages, too, of being in this base. They might be able to pull through. Again, they have to work through even the immortalities that are on this side of Blacklist International between Edward and Sensui, who are already these heroes that are tough to take down. So it starts up. Lord now topside, walking in. Should be able to get it taken care of really quickly with this lineup that they have, but it's up to them. Haji jumps in.
Oh, kind of a fake Minoan Fury there.
Checks him out.
Lord gonna get taken out quite easily, to be honest, and now successful defense. Didn't really need too much pressure here. Surprisingly, 6.5k on the goal. Man, I didn't know Blacklist was that far ahead.
Well paced. And again, Fnatic honestly is no strange. They're no strangers to defending. They know, but as the game goes longer, this is going for clearly Blacklist. Blacklist has played on average the longest games in all of season 13 so far. And Fnatic on PH, they like to play fast. So now their endurance and their patience are getting tested.
Which is, it's funny that we're saying it that, because how many games, how many minutes just today has Blacklist International played? And talk about a test of endurance, test of mental strength that they have to go through, even with this kind of lead, knowing that, hey, when we get a Lord, it gets quickly taken care of and cleared out, and then we have to wait again. So still, it's up to Blacklist International playing around with this lead that they have, and for Fnatic Onic PH to either find a moment before the Lord even comes up, hopefully it's not the same thing that happens to Escalera, or unless they just keep defending, but until how long can they keep defending and clearing those lanes, clearing that Lord before Blacklist International is like, you know what, we're going to have to force it. We're going to just go in.
I could have sworn it was that last time. It's because it was an evolved Lord.
Yeah.
So there was extra damage on them if they forced the fight. But here, I think this should be a contestable Lord. Something tells me what happened to Escalera earlier will not happen again.
Won't happen again.
I mean, what better teacher than experience, right? Like, now they know, let's throw skills in bushes so that we make sure that Edward just doesn't pop up and kill us.
Fool me once. Probably that's the once.
Well,
right
this
now,
Lord is up.
Yep, Lord is up. Push check by Edward. Making sure that they are all good to go. Although they did spot out a lot of people for Fnatic. That's a signal. They want to go and contest. Now it's a reset.
This is like Leo said, this one they want to contest, they want to be able to play around this, and it's different this time too for Fnatic on a PH because of this side of the map, and they'll play around that. Still also keep an eye on that top side. That lane will be pushing a little bit, they'll have to deal with it too.
Check out that Y bush.
Yep, relatively quite safe to contest right now. That Y bush is so deadly. Gem and Escalera, that's a scary duo. Gem can activate Black Dragon form soon. Keller getting in good position right now to go for entropy, and there you go.
There it is!
Seal. It's a lot of people being knocked up here. But it's going to be Haji with the Lord. What? And the kill happening one by one. Blacklist going on the chase here. Kelra evaporates.
That's it.
That's got to be it.
That should be it, right? The Gem all alone, 5 members of Blacklist, and Lord in tow. 50 seconds on the clock. The agents
They're just going to push it up.
very
That's
happy
it.
to take this. They are showing up strong. They're showing the proud. We're getting 1-1 on the scoreboard. The night is still young.
And the agents are feeling it. And so is Blacklist International. Evening out the series. It's 1-1 now. And man, I'm almost feeling that 5 games coming again.
All right. So we are denied the sweep.
No sweeps today.
All right. Neither team is going to have to wallow in the fact that, hey, that was an easy victory. The fact that this game went, what, 24, 25 minutes?
Yeah.
That was amazing. I'm proud of how Blacklist kept their composure. And now I'm wondering how well can Fnatic Onic PH recover from that, because there were so many frustrating moments from that game wherein you're like, we could have done that. And if anything, that last team fight was worse than that free pick off on Escalera.
It was honestly so easy to lose that, right? For if you're looking at the composition of Onic, it feels so deadly.
Yeah.
It's like anyone can blow up anyone anytime.
I'm actually just surprised with that last team fight, like how fast too that they went down. Even, like, again, Escalera, Calra even. They just got taken care of so quickly.
You know what's worse? Is from that Y bush, the ambush from Fnatic Onic PH should have been it. Because if you remember, the first knock-up from the Lord was for Fnatic Onic PH.
3 people up
Yeah,
for
three
Right?
Blacklist.
And then they survived somehow. And then after that, it's Onic PH who got knocked up and then Blacklist won.
Oh, man. Well, the man with the brains is going to have to break this one down. Let's go ahead and throw it over to our solo analyst, Renmar.
Investors, welcome back to the Analyst. Ako po si Reptar. And, well, one of the things that we saw a lot in that previous game number 2, fights. Ang daming laban nakita natin. Fighting for objectives, fighting for everything before objectives, fight around the objectives. 2 teams who understand that very well. And in this game, Yue, his role here as the Vexana, to be able to dish out the damage that he could dish out. Sorry, Yue, you got me, man. MVP of the game, 2-1-11. And very clutch with the Terrifies. And of course, the burst damage combo coming out from the Vexana with the Eternal Guardian coming down. Vexana has become one of the best mid laners, if not, well, yeah, one of the best mid laners in MPL Philippines Season 13, just how fast she can scale. But most importantly, gaano kabilis mag-clear ng minion waves sa gitna ng mapa ang isang Vexana. Paired up with a Minotaur that of course would have Concussive Blast means that you would have a lineup that is very good with clearing the middle of the map. Meaning na mas mabilis ka makakaikot sa mapa. Against the lineup that Fnatic Onic PH played in game number 2 where they had an Eve, that's where you want to try and beat them with map rotations. Kasi katulad ng pinoint out ng mga casters natin on the desk, Fnatic played the lineup with an Eve that is static. A static mid laner meaning, alam mo, ano gagawin ng isang Eve? She puts down her ultimate in a specific spot and you want to find a route, fight around the box of an Eve. But Fnatic understood that very well. That's why they knew they needed to build a lead for themselves early on as well, doing what they can to help out Kelra, while also fighting for river control. So a lot of the fights we saw in the map actually happened in the river around the objectives because that's what both teams were playing for. Blacklist International, though, in terms of the team fighting, yes, traditionally you don't think of it as a really great team fighting lineup in objectives kasi kalaban nila yung isang Eve. Well, they have an Edith paired up with a Fredrin. The lineup of Fnatic Onic Philippines wants longer team fights or will shine pag mas mahaba yung mga team fights nila. They have a Nathan and they have an Eve. But Blacklist International have 2 heroes na sobrang masaya sa mahabang engagements. The more you hit a Fredrin, the more damage he will deal. The more you hit an Edith, pag na-max out yung bar niya para sa ultimate, the Primal Wrath, the more damage the Primal Wrath will deal. As we look at the buffs, look at the purple buff count, 15-10 for Blacklist International, and we have to revisit the turnaround moment of the game. The first 2 turtles of the game napunta sa Fnatic Onic Philippines. And doon natin nakita yung combination ng isang even na Kai. Ginagamit lang yung heavy spin para matulak si Sansui, get him out of range of retry, and then easy retribution for King Kong. But after Turtle 3, or after the second Turtle, what Blacklist International did was, nakita nila, maganda yung pwesto natin para sa isang teamfight Sige, mag-push nga kaya tayo, mag-invade tayo into the purple buff of King Kong at doon nag-umpisa yung control ng Blacklist International little by little. But Fnatic still kept it close. They do have a Nathan, of course Escalera with his signature Arlot, and of course, great performance as well by the Yuzhong of Gem. By the way, first game for Gem and Super Friends on the Yuzhong and Eve respectively para sa MPLPH Season 13. But as we saw, Blacklist International went ahead for the priority para sa Fredrin. Fredrin for Blacklist, one of the heroes you really don't want to give to Blacklist International. Now, after this series, 12 wins, 4 losses ang record ni Sansui on the Fredrin. So, now the question will be later for Fnatic, ibaba nyo ba? or ibibigay nyo pa ba yung isang Fredrin for Blacklist International, knowing that they have an Edith swing pick na pwede nila gamitin? The Edith isn't just a pick for Haji, it's also a pick for Edward. Isang beses lang yun na pick for this season so far, but now in this second time, panalo pa rin. So 2-0 for Edward's Edith. You also have to look at one of the problems for Fnatic Onic Philippines is that the Minotaur provides a lot of healing. There's a lot of healing on the side of Blacklist International, and you had to see that Fnatic, inikot nila yung item building path nila para mabawasan yung healing na binibigay ng isang Minotaur for Blacklist International. But no matter how much they build, they just couldn't find
execution. It's because sometimes, yeah, you're blue side, but you're losing and you had the worst job. Some way, somehow, the flex pick on the red side won. It's because opponent got impatient. It's because you beat them and you outplayed them when it mattered.
So they got tilted.
I don't want to assume people got tilted, but
They got impatient.
if in the game they were able to get
That's the
the
20% though.
get the one over you, yeah.
All right.
My
Well,
theory is first pick is very powerful.
not only that, but I'll tell you what, we're not robots, right? So we have emotions. Now, jumping into the game,
We have heart.
we have heart. Whoa. First ban phase already completed. First pickup for Fnatic Onic Philippines. What is it going to be? The Fredrin. It's not that. Whoa.
Two greatest inventions.
Is that Angela?
That's
Angela?
Angela.
That's the Angela picked up.
Pretty early, I would say, but that will leave your enemy guessing. Like, all right, what's this Angela gonna support?
Yep.
Are we gonna see Leo more? Just kidding.
Whoa.
Hey,
There's very few teams that can
Wait
actually make Rome Angela work.
for Liquid. Just kidding.
That's tomorrow. We'll
That's
see.
tomorrow.
See value in me?
There's the Fred.
You
Here we go.
should.
Fred Faramis, Fred Nova.
I am the priestess
Fred
of
Edith.
primal lightning.
Dear Lord,
The
They
hunter
lo-
of
they're
all the
loving
evil
this
gods.
Edith.
we have become NACT. NACT has a massive focus on Edith.
Why?
Eh, honestly, Edith is so easy to use.
Dude, you know,
Anyone can use it.
at this point, I'm sorry. At this point, you know, I'm just
NACT
going to...
and MY.
Yeah, and I'm just going to be at that point where I'm like that kid that's always asking the parent, why?
Why though?
Why? Dan, Leo?
Are we there yet?
All right, and you're gonna explain it, but then
Tell me.
But why?
No, again, I mentioned earlier, was that Manana Black or was it FNOP Black? Here we go.
accompaniment.
It's because as soon as you get your two skills,
That's a Ling, by the way. Why?
I was trying to explain things and you
Oh
have to
my
do
goodness.
this to me.
Leo, I'm sorry, but this just derails.
Ling Kong, why?
Angeling, bro.
Wait.
Okay, yes.
We're
This could
devolving.
mess up the 100%.
Number
or it
one.
could continue it.
That
It's a gambit.
it's 50-50.
It's
Yeah.
50-50.
Okay,
But
here's
yes.
the thing. I would like to think Fnatic Onic would not do this if they weren't ready for it.
Yeah.
Again, they should have learned from week 7.
That's why they pick up the Angela first pick. It's
Now
the
it's
Angeling.
different. It's different now, yes. In other regions all around the world, the Ling is a monster. The Ling is
Yeah.
a beast. I can throw back to for one major example, MPLKH.
Yeah,
Off of the back of MP the King's Ling,
that's true.
Hope will
won a
find way,
championship.
even when all is
Now,
forlorn.
we're going to see if it works out just the same.
Didn't we see it in week 7 though when it failed?
Yeah, they played
Miserably.
it over and over again. It lost.
That's right.
So now,
It is in
it seems to be the
despair
story
that
for
I
Blacks
see the
International is
fondest
they're going to
hope.
stick to their fundamentals while they'll let Fnatic Onic PH
Do their thing.
do their thing. Just get jiggy with it. Get creative.
Just do it.
Will
All right.
Smith, get jiggy with it. There you
I
go.
don't know that song.
No.
Pretend like you don't.
No.
I know it. It popped into my head as soon as you started saying it. All right. So, last couple bands here. We'll see what they are going to be. Of course, the XP lane looks to be locked in. Well, and again, Haji's probably going to be playing that
Yeah,
Edith.
that's
so
they're going to
Yeah,
leave
that's
that.
Hodge.
That's one of their few strengths, right? On red side,
Yeah.
is they're able to switch. Will
if they
Smith.
want to.
Yeah,
Ah.
Yeah, there you go.
had to finesse that in.
Oh, man. Well, as we get through these last couple bands,
Good song.
I'm kind of flabbergasted here,
A little bit.
you know?
I just feel like we're starting.
How so? I mean, I think that the drafting is still pretty on point. Like,
Yeah,
Minotaur.
there you go.
pretty much.
what was
I
left
guess there's not
undone.
much to say about it, especially if Ling has been proven pretty strong in other regions.
Good read too, like this Minotaur ban, is because for you to be able to do a mid lane Angela, you need a solid front line. And what's left now? What are they gonna do? Like a friggin' Ruby?
Akai?
Okay.
No, ew!
Oh, you want to deny the Akai as well.
Right? So
Ling
look,
for the Ling.
yeah, so look, there's a Grok here that's banned out. So they kind of know that Escalera wants to do this. So what's left?
This is tough because even when I'm just thinking about the Ling's time, I know it's King Kong, man,
What's
right?
a front liner?
Yeah, what else can you do with Charizla here other than
Who
that?
said there are no shortcuts in life?
Oh, the chip's gonna be banned out.
I literally invented one.
What's up, Chip?
Go Chipstagram.
Chipsygram.
All right, what is this?
We got a pretty good front line already, so maybe Blacklist can go a little bit spicy.
There's a Claude.
That's a Claude.
They're fine. So now you want to put something on
I am vengeance.
the Arlo!
Arlo?
That's
Oh, no,
Moscow.
Moscow. Yeah.
Oh wait, Arlo's banned. Never mind.
They look alike.
Sure.
The purple hair, purple skin family.
What is this last pick? There's no. Whoa!
Cho? Okay.
I love it because it could have been a Haji pick.
This draft is too spicy for me, man.
Too spicy, right?
That's why I said I was starting to feel flabbergasted, right? Because, so this is a Super Prince.
Angeling, yeah.
Sam, Super Prince, Angela, and even back in regular season weren't statistically like the mid lane Angelas.
They showed up more.
They showed up more, but
Yeah.
what the success rate of it?
Everyone was like 1 and 2
Yeah.
or 0 and X. Yeah.
So I'm wondering what changed in the 2+ week gap that we had where they prepared for playoffs.
Well, to be fair, Angela's always been a mainstay ban. So the fact that she comes through means she's still a major threat.
But I mean, like the Ling again, because it failed at the end of the regular season.
Oh, what changed?
Yeah, like what has changed in their confidence level to bring it now to this game number 3?
All right, something tells me the way that they played in game 2, they really wanted to get the job done. They really wanted to get in there and confirm objectives, get kills. I think something snapped and said, you know what, Coach Tony says, oh, you really want to play like that, huh? Let's do the Angeling.
Yeah, and this is also
Get in
kind
there.
of a heat check for this comp. If they want to run it,
They can afford to.
Yeah.
They can do it. Right, this is the perfect time to do it.
It's better now than game 4.
Yes.
Sure. It's better now than match point.
That's true.
There you go.
That's right. Take a look at it.
Because of the spiciness, it spiked in terms of the
The
lineup
index.
rating. Look at that.
The next was like, all right, I like it as well.
Almost times 2, almost twice the rating on Blacklist.
Yeah.
It's because of what they're capable of. Again, there's so much utility, but when it comes down to fundamentals and just lane per lane, I like what Blacklist is bringing.
Well, let's find out here. Again, a great lineup, a great composition for both teams this time around, but I know people have been waiting to see King Kong on this Ling, paired up with Angela as well. It's a game 3. Who's going to take the lead in the series? Will it be Fnatic, Onic Philippines, or Blacklist International as they approach their 8th game tonight?
Wow.
Again, a quick throwback. I had a conversation with Delar earlier on. He says if you play this long, it's all for you. It's momentum. Check it out. Support emblem on to Sensui. He really wants to get those dashes in and out.
Okay. I guess one thing, too, that we have to kind of look at is the amount of CC available for Blacklist International. I'm talking about the time and time again, UA that has had his hands on this Vexana pick, able to play around it. Haji as well, playing with the Edith. There's so much available here, and I feel like that's going to make things a little more difficult for Fnatic Onic VH to approach the objective fights. You really have to be timing your things correctly. I mean, Escalera picking up a Cho, and we've seen, guys, the way the Cho plays now in the current meta, it can work. There are obviously players that make this work and pull it off, but still, later on in the game, it gets that much harder to pull that Way of the Dragon perfect pick off, especially, again, when you're talking about here, Ohab's got the Purify, he's got this Claude pick, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to find the targets here. We'll see if Escalera is able to pull that off, go back to that Stone Cold that we saw back from game 1.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Turtle now forms up here in just a couple seconds. Level 4s waiting to come online here for a couple members for both teams.
Oh, Prince missed the card, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
That's massive. Now it's Prince. suffering some damage here.
Oh my goodness.
Even with the heals from the Angela, they don't seem to be able to sustain that long. And now the fight's happening around the turtle area. This is going to be crucial.
Oh no, King
Kong?
Kong?
Oh, he makes it out. Oh my goodness, that was close.
Is that not a tail of time?
Nice jumping in, coming in from Gem. But the answer is still here. Blcklist still has some firepower left in the barrel. And they're going to shoot. They're going to shoot in the direction that they want. And they're going to catch Super Frizz. They're going to catch 3 members of Fnatic Onic.
Oh,
Look, they make a beeline straight for the purple, not even turtle.
That is a lot.
Oh, it's the start of the resource war. And they're choking out King Kong. Look, he's not even going to get the touch of purple now. If Blacklist has their way, King Kong is going to be starved.
And so that's why I'm saying it's the risk is already from the first second of the game. But when you have something like that happen around your first objective, that is going to just be a snowball effect of pressure from Blacklist International towards this lineup from Fnatic Onic PH. And you can see it already unfold here. Of course, the gold laners just doing their own thing. But you really have to keep an eye on how they kind of recalibrate from this, from the last couple minutes here.
And even across the map, right? Even Kelra is affected by what happened all the way up top. He's down 300 gold from Oheb.
Obviously something that you can kind of just recover from, right? But if you're thinking about what heroes they're using, Kelra should be so good at dueling in this lane.
Yeah, he could force those purifies like randomly.
Right.
But instead, he's just forced to play it safe because who knows where else Black might rotate. They're way ahead.
Speaking of ahead, Edward with that 2-0, he already got that Hunter Strike available to him, so that matchup now in that lane against Gem is highly in his favor, and he's just going to continue to whittle down Gem there in that XP lane, so we'll see how that kind of unfolds if they're able to stop Edward from continuing to snowball.
Dude, I feel so bad for King Kong. Look, he was trying to look for some creeps. Yeah, literally something.
Something.
There's no one there. There's nothing there.
Oh, the resource starvation.
Look at this. He might have to just rely on the hard guard to go in and try to get the purple.
They're getting ready.
Oh, no.
They tried to go for it, but they miss.
He clicked the retribution to no avail.
I think he hit someone.
That's the worst.
He hit a hero with the retro.
So, I don't know, man. This is always like, you know, when people are just like, yeah, bring the assassins back, like, do that. You know, in the competitive scene, it's like, this is a reminder why sometimes it's a struggle.
It's not that easy. It's not as simple as turning on a switch and I want to play Fling today.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, there's a flicker.
Again, it's early on, so we'll see if there's any adjustments that can be made for him. Because, you know, when we've seen this before from Lings or other assassins that are locked in, it almost turns into, all right, I'm going to give up all that stuff and I'm just going to try to push in the side lanes. I'm going to try to do something around here, even if it's try to take a turtle. We'll see if he's able to pull it off. Nope, not going to happen.
Let's go there a little bit too late to the party, but now with the dive in, everyone seems to be ready to take it, and they are.
Oh, you're way so low.
King Kong's actually in a pretty healthy spot, able to get up on Finch Voice, but it's a full retreat.
Oh no.
Onic, they're actually going to fall one. Oh my god, Fnatic Onic members are losing members left, right, and center, brother.
We just missed the KOF 1-on-1 versus 1.
Yeah, we did. That was the old skin versus the new one. Yeah. But wait, check it out. There seems to be something we missed down bottom. Look at how much Kelra's pushed in, all the while we were focused elsewhere.
Oh.
Oh. There's a Hell Curse somewhere.
Someone's activated the Hell Curse ult. And now the fight's happening around that buff as well. So crucially for them, it's so crucial for Blacklist to deny that, and they're able to do that successfully once more.
Oh, this is so painful. About 4,000 gold ahead. Blacklist International is. They are the Guardians.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, we're back.
We're back, boys.
They're the Guardians of the metagame, the gatekeepers of what's allowed in the MPL Philippines Season 13 playoffs. Because they've stuck to the code, they've stuck to their fundamentals all this time, 8 games in.
Super funny, I just want to share. I saw people turning on their phone flashlights. So don't
like
panic.
what was going to happen with that?
Now, it's Fnatic Onic trying to get something done on top, and they get one. They get Edward at the very least.
Shutdown.
But the trade is happening on the bottom with Oheb with a turret of his own.
That's a good, at least they found something there. Oh, hold on, Sensui.
Oh boy, Earth Shatter. Forces back. Fnatic Onic. They're trying to be very safe here, but they take out Haji.
Kelra's still alive?
Kelra's still alive.
Oh, no.
Getting hunted down by Oh my goodness! That is the kill that you want to get if you're OHEB now. The siege is on. Eternal Guard is still walking.
Oh,
Dive in. King Kong wants revenge. Sensui, how are you alive?
That is such a Fredrin thing to do. Here comes the Tempest Blaze. Nope.
Nope. NAWP. Now.
Just stood right there. And just like that, when we thought Fnatic Onic could get on their feet, Blacklist International kicks him down one more time, securing the last turtle of the game. Can finally King Kong secure this?
Oh, they're trying to go for it. And again, King Kong just not lucky enough, but Edward gonna suffer because of this. And the reset on the buff means maybe there's a chance King Kong can get it, but King Kong not gonna risk it at all.
I just love that, hearing both KOF sound effects breaking out between the two heroes here. And with that, we're back.
That was odd. That was odd. Okay. All right. We're back in it. We're back in it.
Okay.
Oh, man.
3,000 gold between them now. Fnatic Onic PH. Obviously, they're showing that they have some teeth, right?
That's the best you can hope for. But the angle's just off here. Yue with a counter attack here with the rest of Blacklist. Just trying to shove him back. And if you'll notice, man, King Kong still has no buff, no purple buff yet. It's making it hard for him to travel the map.
Yeah, it's been tough, but I feel like he's still able to at least find something where he can. And he's not too far behind
totally
Sensui.
dead,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
He's a level behind, but he hasn't died, and he's been able to at least find some XP, some gold to work with around here. And, you know, at some point, you're like, okay, well, how long could you keep that up? At what point do you actually pull something off? And that might be that first Lord, unless they're just like, you know what? We at least show face for that first Lord dance, but if we don't get it, then we can put pressure around the map where we can.
Looking at the item game, he has a Berserker's Fury on his way to a, there it is,
Endless
Endless
battle.
All the while, the blade armor and the Guardian helmet on Sensui. I believe it's the helmet that was the culprit there. How he was able to get away with so much.
Oh, wow, Gem.
Oh, boy. Gem even with the body of Smith. That really last that long. And look at that. A turret even in danger. Escalera already used up the conceal.
No one home.
No one home. Tower fall.
Oh,
OHEB in
Escalera.
front. Oh, my goodness.
Kicks him
OHEB,
away.
Stop. Oh, my goodness. No one can stop this guy now.
That is tough. Again, when you're just getting shot after shot, the corrosive scythe is there for OHEB. And now King Kong.
King Kong. He's in trouble.
Oh, no.
Not going to be there in time.
These micro mistakes, these little millimeters that Blacklist are able to punish turn into inches, turn into miles. And now they are primed to win. Going into the mid-game, going into the late game now. Oh.
Again, King Kong is known for being a player on this Ling, but look at what is happening here with Sensui and the Fredrin. They know how to punish him exactly the way they need to, and he's having a difficult time really playing this to full potential. So now they got to deal with this Lord. Mid-lane push. Fnatic Onic PH, how long can they hold on to these base turrets as the tier 2s get pushed in?
Here's the problem, gentlemen. Here's the problem. Fnatic Onic PH, they have really bad wave clear. They have a mid lane Angela. What are you going to do? Throw love waves at these minions?
You basically have Kelra. That's
Kelra.
it. That's it. That's it.
The hope and dream of Fnatic Onic right now. Make sure Kelra has enough damage. Clear that up. Don't forget, normal attacks are AoE a little bit. But now, it's OHEB right up front. Penalty zone activated by Gem. No go. Escalera on the back trying to look for somebody. Also no joy.
Oh, man. King Kong, all he could do was watch.
Yep. And again, the reason why Escalera had to throw his body at Blacklist. And oh, wait, what?
Oh, boy. King Kong, he's running out.
Oh, Edward!
He's running out of energy. Oh, my goodness. Tempest Blaze comes in clutch in that last moment.
This is a miserable situation for Fnatic Onic PH. Your cores have to protect the jungler.
That's
what a travesty.
what a turn of events.
Oh, Gem again.
The body of Smith can only keep him alive for so long.
Blacklist International are on fire.
Yeah,
Look at this, the
spicy.
concealed play.
Oh, they're hunting flings.
Get out of here, King Kong. Get out of here.
Get out of here, bro.
Again, the push now top. King Kong waiting patiently. I'm not sure what he's going to be able to pull off here. But just look at the damage from Blacklist International. Nearly 10,000 ahead, or 9,000 ahead in just a matter of minutes.
Okay, did King Kong just steal the orange? Just Grand Theft Orange? Yes,
I
it
guess
is.
that's the best you can do.
All right.
But maybe purple, maybe not.
He needed purple, man.
He can't cross.
Purple is so much better.
There's still towers, and he has to go back. The rest of the team really needs him. Inhibitor turret number 3 goes down on top.
All this time he could have spent it to get the purple, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
purple was there for Blacklist side.
Was it really going to do that much impact, though, I guess? That's what he's thinking.
I guess.
That's what he's thinking.
Better
like,
than nothing?
Better than just standing there.
Interesting. What is this? A tactical scout? Or is he just...
Tactical vision.
Yeah.
This is Ling in 2024.
I mean,
Tactical vision.
If it works in other regions, it's not like this.
Well, I think the Indonesian caster said it. Cool, calm, and collected. There's so many decisions, so many strategies that come into play every time someone does something, right? Every movement, they have to really think about it. That's our region. So I guess one of the reasons why the lane can't really flourish here.
I think it's also just the timing a lot. Oh, jab again.
Oh, man, so proactive here. Blacklist International. They feel like they have such a big advantage right now. King Kong, one hit from Oheb, put him to almost half. This could be trouble. He's dancing around. He's looking for Bakito, but he's going to have to walk on out there. No chance for retribution.
Oh,
That's a
Oheb.
Blacklist vote for sure. Oheb up front. My goodness.
All right. That's a desperation spear of destruction there. Like just to see, maybe.
Get a hit, maybe. Get a steal.
Yeah.
1 in a million shot.
Okay, well, at this point, they find themselves once again on the defense. Now it is nearly the 10,000 lead for Blacklist International. And like we said, the defense power here from Fnatic Onic PH is not that great. I mean, look.
King Kong is
look at
dying
King
the
Kong.
minions.
He's having a difficult time with these powered-up minions.
What the heck?
They are huge.
They
They
are.
are.
go.
They're buffed up. He's got to get
buffed
back to
up.
base.
He's got to go
And
back.
then
He's got to go
hand
back. And now it's Blacklist walking it up. Gem, last-ditch effort with the penalty zone. But Eternal Guard to the base takes him out. Oeb's on the side. King Kong trying to dance around it, clear the minion wave. Killera!
Setsui!
They overload the base.
Too much right now.
It's match point, ladies and gentlemen.
Match point for Blacklist International as they close out their 8th game tonight. And man, do they look locked and loaded and ready to move on forward. 2-1 Blacklist International.
Again, they've been playing the same heroes all night long. And if there's nothing wrong with the code, why reprogram?
Brings to the table. You will have a... You will struggle up against a team like that if you are an assassin jungle. His play here on the Edith as the roamer. You can see the item prioritization here, rushing the dominant size. Well, still respecting the regen that Fnatic Onic can bring to the table. And then, of course, rushing the blade armor. Just to really show to Fnatic Onic, kung gusto nyo makakomeback dito, i-extend nyo yung laro hanggang 25, 30, maybe even longer. Then going for the third item, Immortality, just to prove the point that that's how big the lead for Blacklist International was. When you have an Edith with you, again, going back to our previous point nung game number 2, is you have a hero who likes longer engagements. If you can't take the Edith down fast enough, the longer the Edith is alive, the harder it is gonna be for you to win the team fight. Again, Fnatic Onic giving the Fredrin and the Edith together. Yes, when you look at that combo, isipin mo siguro na medyo mabagal kumpara sa isang Ling, kumpara sa Angela, wala sa map presence. But you don't need that much. If you're Blacklist International, as long as you control the middle of the map, makontrol nyo yung minion waves, mahinto nyo yung pag-entry ni Escalera, then you won't be able to do the global map presence that you can do as an Angela, as a Ling. That's why at the same time, as much as you also need to commend Haji, the MVP of the game, 100% kill participation. Maganda yung mga engagements niya with the Earth Shatter flickers, katulad na pinakita niyo doon. And of course, the onwards, yung tinatawag natin suplex. His pairing with Yue as the Vexana yet again really stops Fnatic Onic from getting the engagements at saka yung mga umpisa sa mga laban na gusto nila. Every time you'd see Escalera would want to get a pick-off, would want to get a knock-up. You have a member of Blcklist International just dishing out a key crowd control ability para mahinto yun. With Escalera gone, then the pressure falls onto Gem plus the Angela. But then, who else is gonna be protecting or giving help para sa Moskov, para sa Ling? One purple buff lang ang nakuha dito ng Fnatic Onic. That's the first one. The second purple buff onwards, hindi na nakuha ng Ling ni King Kong. And that really shows the story. When you have an assassin jungler na hindi niya nakukuha yung boss, hindi niya magawa yung rotations niya, maapektado yung buong rotation ng team. You have the roamers stuck in the jungle, in the river, hindi sila makakapunta sa side lanes, hence why Kelra hindi siya masyado natulungan. Umaabot naman siya sa late game build, but then if you look at the EXP laner, Gem only has the dominance eyes and the blade armor. At that point, you're worrying about the magic damage. Hindi pa nga niya nabuo yung radiant armor doon dahil that's the item that he really needed to survive against the Vexana, to survive against the Edith. And that's why he took the most damage here, as you can see. Escalera playing pick-off type. You're not gonna hold the front line as much as the Cho. So he takes the most damage. But the rich guy, the carry, would go to Oheb. And of course, as we mentioned earlier, yung contributions ni Yue into the game, helping out Haji with providing the peel para kay Oheb and for the other members of Blcklist International. He gets total assists, 8 of them. And he is the best wingman of the game. We're reminded yet again kung bakit hindi natin masyado nakikita ang mga assassin sa Pilipinas. Why people are wondering, Baksha, Fredrin, Barats, over and over again. Marte, siguro, from time to time. But then, we got to show it here. Why? When you have yung tinatawag natin core jungler, an assassin jungler, a jungler na gusto maka-snowball, gusto makakuha ng items, ang hirap makakontrol ng mapa kung yung kalaban mo ay magaling mag-invade, has strong bursts, and good scaling as well. If you look at there, Vexana, Fredrin, and the Paquito. You can take the Edith out of the question. Those 3 heroes, you can imagine it as, grabe, mapapahirapan nila yung buhay ng isang Ling. The Fredrin can invade, frontline, get vision, the burst of the Vexana, and the crowd control as well. And of course, the rotational speed ng isang Paquito. Makaka-clear ng minion waves, tapos makaka-ikot and join the invade. King Kong was just pressured here. Fnatic Onic was just pressured by Blcklist International. And now, we reached this point. 1 game win away, and Blcklist International officially survives the play-ins round, and they will have eliminated Onic, Fnatic Onic, and Minana Evos. But it's not done just yet. Fnatic Onic have been hungry.
Like, you have to think about the Akai.
Well-
So don't rush it.
Let's see exactly how Fnatic Onic PH wants to adjust after what happened in the previous game. You can already see the bans out, though. Grok, Lu Yi, Angela, this time taken out by Blcklist International. And the last ban from Fnatic Onic PH. They're already
Arlott.
taken out. Yep.
Arlott's still out there.
You think that Arlott's going to be picked up here? I would love to see it. Traded, of course. What's that last man?
Oh!
All right, they take out the Fredrin.
You should.
So they're
Arlott's
gonna
open.
allow the either Arlott or Vexana.
Arlott, give it to Edward. But yeah, it's probably going to be a Haji
I
hero.
am the priestess
But
of
it's an
praise.
Eden!
The hunter of all the evil
Jeez. There it
gods.
is.
Blacklist knows. Blacklist knows
There's a Claude.
100%.
Even when
Nice
all is
answer.
gone
We're
wrong.
going into straight up ease of execution
Yep.
and comfort.
Yep, no cheese here so far for Fnatic Onic PH. And there's the Carmilla.
Camila.
Finally got wins over Minana Evos here in the playoffs earlier tonight. And what else do they go for? This is crazy. Rockhart.
Yeah.
Arlot's still out there.
First, okay, to be fair, this did happen in the previous series as well.
Yep.
I think Arlot reached like second pick phase on blue side.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, maybe it's still pretty much in the air.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't know if we've ever seen the interaction of Akai and Carmilla just yet. That would be a cool matchup.
They seem counterintuitive.
Yep.
Because they.
This is the Emperor's order.
There's your Akai.
Oh, there's the Akai talking about. Okay, so with this one, with this pick, obviously the Akai can kind of just control the Moskov. Moskov 100% will be, I think, 100% purify here.
Yep.
That's number one. And number two, I wonder if there's still a possibility of, I don't know, what kind of mid lane possibilities we have here for Yue. Now that the Vexana's on the other side.
Yeah, no, with this kind of situation, you don't want to put on Novarias because it deals an unreliable amount of damage. Like, it's not as bursty as you want on the Curse of Blood. Unless they need vision, which I think they still do. But from there, maybe I would consider a Valentina, since they are kind of dive at this point.
No.
Right? You have the Edith, and you have the Carmilla. Looking at it now, they both seem to be clamping down on XP laners. Is this
Yes.
Paquito? Are they going to ban a Paquito?
Edward Heroes.
Yeah, take out the Paquito
Looking for
here.
Edward Heroes.
Doesn't matter what Blacklist bans if you're Fnatic on PH, and then lock in what's left. Maybe lock in a...
Lock it
do you
in.
want a YZ here?
YZ?
YZ?
Yeah, look at that Yuzhong.
Yuzhong, you could. I like this, though. Look at this. Another 100% win rate. This time around for Kalra on the quad. And I don't know, man. Like these last bans. All right, there's the Paquito.
Ban
Take
the
that
ban.
out.
Then pick up the Yuzhong, the swing back.
All right, so at the very least, Paquito, don't forget, guys, by the way, this Edith still very much possible to be swapped over,
Yep.
flexed over. So they're covering their bases pretty well.
Yeah, and that's what's so good about being red this time around for Fnatic Onic PH, is they know if that's going to definitely be an XP laner or roam Edith.
Oh, okay.
Wow, a lot of XP
A lot of
laners.
XP.
Okay, do they have the Yuzhong here?
Feels like a challenge to Gem here.
I almost feel like that's all. That's all he could go. Like, what else?
It's like Angai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what else is an XP lane for him, you know?
Here from the crowd.
Well, there it
Oh,
is.
wow!
Okay,
CC made it
CC.
through!
Arlot? Are we gonna see Arlot?
Oh yeah, there's still an Arlot.
Arlo?
I'm not so sure if you want a YZ here.
That's a very spicy option, but your lineup is fairly squishy.
Yeah,
if
not
that
only that.
happens.
What does UA go here? Does he
Yeah.
go? Does he bring out the Farsa again?
Faramis?
Farsa Faramis, yeah.
Faramis?
Still solid pickups there. But then again, very little interaction with the Curse of Blood.
Oh, you want to maximize the Curse of Blood, right?
Again, she's a force multiplier.
What's the bigger burst?
Farsa.
Farsa, I
Aside
would
from
say
Farsa.
probably.
Gord. What if Gord?
I just
You don't see it? Daisu?
here. I don't know.
Not with these heroes.
Yeah, like with an Akai across from you and everything.
Is that Nana?
Been different?
That's Nana!
Arlo and Nana!
Oh please, no more nanas in our RGs. No more.
Because of what Blacklist did, expect for them to come back.
No
Even if
more.
they lose here, even if we go to game 5,
No, Leo, they're still there.
They're still
they're
there.
everywhere.
Nanas are everywhere.
Mythic 100, Mythic
Yes.
200, no problem.
It doesn't matter if you're Mythic 50 plus stars, Nana pops up.
I get it. Nana mains, they're built diff.
They're built
I
in.
would
diff.
know. I would know. Mimi
Are-
just plays Nana all day.
That's
all she wants.
And
Oh, here we go.
Minotaur, last pick. This is a lot of, I feel like, durability and also a lot of damage potential from this lineup from Fnatic Onic PH.
And we're actually back to the fundamental approach.
This is the right move. This is taking the cheese, putting back in the,
Let it
I was going to say the
ferment.
fridge.
Yeah.
And what do you pull out?
In the
Milk?
cellar. Put it in the cellar.
But cellar.
Put it in
Put
the
it in the
cellar.
cellar?
Cheese cellar.
You pull out milk.
You pull out the... Wait, no, that's still lactose.
You pull out the water.
Okay, there you go. You pull out the lemonade.
Stay healthy, guys.
Yeah.
Put out
Also,
the
you
lemon
guys-
infused water.
Lemon infused?
Lemon infused.
With refills.
There you go.
20 pesos.
Hey, you know what? That's That's what we're missing. We're missing the refill for the series.
Don't talk about it. Everyone's going to know.
However, we can't let them know the secret. Look at the lineup rating here.
This makes sense.
That's not a secret.
This makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. By the way, drink
like
water, guys. Stay healthy.
Stay
I like it.
hydrated.
All right, so this confirms the Edith on the Rome, which again is very pH meta.
Very.
Very pH meta. You put the Edith on Rome, and then you let your EXP flex.
Oh, man. It's come down to possibly this. It's match point for Blacklist International. Will they be able to pull it off? Again, 9 games in for them against Fnatic Onic. PH, can they take it to game number 5? As we take a look, emblems are going to pop up, how they're looking.
All right, looking at that Nana, it's a pure burst Nana. You have the lethal ignition, and you have the rupture to help put it in there. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, there you go.
Flicker spent on Hodge. Okay, interesting. I think it begs to be said now, even before any action happens. Oh, wait.
Just like I mentioned, previous series. Wow, that is a slow
He wants
punish.
the flicker out. He's
He
got to
wants
get
the
it.
flicker out. He's trying to save it for the very last moment. Cyclone Eye to safety. Escalera.
Look at that finesse.
Good pressure coming
Yeah.
in from Sensui.
All right, in before this all crumbles for Fnatic Onic PH. Consider this, they were going for retribution. They were going for redemption. And now there's a chance for it all to go sideways and be a repeat.
Man, this has been I feel like the preview of Gold Lane throughout the entire series where Kelra and Oheb just kind of battled out. They get a little support if they can, but essentially like one of them is going to pull through and then they shine throughout the game. And really you have to appreciate the way that those Gold Laners play throughout the game, whether they're down and out, but they find ways to kind of pull through. So this is where we've seen things either pull through or collapse for one of these teams into that first turtle even. As they get these level 4s available to them, they're going to go ahead and get those online, the ultimates online, and battled out for that first objective.
There you go.
Edward nearly has it. He will get that once that cart goes down. King Kong, though, already starting up this turtle. It's half health.
Yep, going straight at it. King Kong could still be in trouble. He has that Purified that we're talking about here with the heavy spin. Curse of Blood goes down. Escalera. Does he go with her last hit? But First Blood goes over the Blacklist. Fight goes on. Low HP members for Black all around. Gem, he is looking for blood, but it's the Nana he finds. And Edward with a final slash re-engage. Oh my goodness.
Dear Lord, Blacklist International knew exactly what was going on, and Fnatic Onic PH threw everything at the wall, but nothing stuck.
And they were so low. And you're thinking like, man, Gem's going to be able to jump in and get a couple of those kills, but then here comes Edward.
He get 4 kills for that.
Yeah.
But Edward, man, oh man.
That's tough. Hey, by the way, the code is now on the screen. Viewers, grab it while you can.
Just don't break it.
BM3VNX LCH.
LCH. Grab it while you can, and good luck to all use that. Got it. Now, once again, jumping back into the game, Blacklist International feeling pretty good with this lead they have. It is very small, but you have to consider the fact the way that they worked around it. Sensui also, hold on.
Oh, flicker in by Haji. They seem to be very confident to take out Super Prince, and they get him. Super Prince able to let the Eternal Guard down, though, but Kelra coming in from the back. Good damage all around. Knock up with your Shatter, and Eternal Guard is still there.
Amazing. Blacks International calling Delta split, able to retreat, giving nothing over to Fnatic Onic PH. And all this while, Edward just doing work. Look at how much gold he walked away with.
Yeah, that's massive here. And as I was just saying before that all broke out, you know, this lead that they were able to play around with now, furthering it a little bit further from that. And for Fnatic Onic PH, it's like, all right, well, where can we find these early victories, these early wins? And that really, it comes down to Escalera being able to find the setups. With this Minotaur pick, they locked in King Kong if he's able to get an aggressive and offensive heavy spin lockdown. But so far, it's more like, okay, we know we're facing this match point. We have to kind of take things a little bit more careful as we approach these things. So they're going to go ahead and start this turtle this time around. But here comes Blacklist.
Re-engage. Haji is the one to watch here. He's looking for Kelra. Knock up with Earth Shatter. Kelra still very confident to go here, but he spots Oheb and he says, no way, Jose. Not today. We'll see you guys later. Blacklist seem to be just having an easy time with these turtle
I have a feeling that Fnatic Onic PH are currently once bitten, twice shy. The way that first turtle fight went, it looks like they don't want to play aggressively anymore.
Oh, you
Oh, and Yue gets a kill!
Where'd that come from?
Off
oh
cam.
my goodness, off cam kill here. Super Prince going down. Sensui is near. Again, this Carmilla just proving to be quite an advantage,
She's
tanking
amazing.
up damage.
This Nana is, yeah, it's going to make waves, right? Out there in all your games because Yue is having a game already this early on. And, you know, the damage, he's got a Genius Wand. So, like, when that kind of comes into play and then you're talking about if that lays down and then Hanji pops the Primal Wrath, man, that is going to hurt.
Not to mention Sensui, right? Not to
Yeah.
mention Sensui. And just the way things are going right now, I think for Fnatic Onic
Fnatic.
PH to actually get back into a winning position, they have to lean hard on Kelra.
Yeah, that's
They
the
can't.
only
They
way.
can't wait. They can't wait anymore.
That's also the reason why I'm not super worried yet about Fnatic Onic PH is he needs some time. He just needs some time, and they can definitely go toe-to-toe later on.
Yeah, wins aren't coming from elsewhere now.
It's
Because
all
of
Kelra.
because of the Nana and because of Molina's gift, it's so hard to play even as King Kong, even as the Akai.
Yeah, this is tough because the way that they're playing in this round, and it's nice to see Sensui bringing out the Carmilla again because we got a preview of it, of course, from the regular season and everything. But this time around, so far tonight alone, he's found success on it and been able to play around this. And we've seen variations of the lineup built around the pick as well. This works out so great because especially when he's able to land the ultimates, it's tough for Fnatic to deal with it, right? For Fnatic Onic PH, they have to kind of deal with things being set in that course, in that line of fire, and you're going to see it unfold once again. This turtle is up. It is 1-for-1 in the turtle department, but how does Fnatic deal with this?
Ugh.
Edward jumps in, keeping
Look at
King
the
Kong at
zone
bay.
here. Everyone is capable of just zoning. And look at that, Haji with the Flicker Earth Shatter. King Kong, he could have held that, but he's going to go down. The damage is real, unbelievably real here. Coming in from the mages, from the magic damage of Blacklist. But look at that, counter punch here. At the very least, Fnatic Onic PH comes out with one kill.
Straight up, the Ube pays off for Black in that engagement, but off camera, all the way across the map in the long lane. Gem was able to take down tier 1!
Gem gets one. Edward under the turret, no fear whatsoever. Oh,
Kelra!
some slight maneuvers. I like the footwork here for Kelra, but it's just not enough. Pure firepower here for Black.
The movement!
Some time, but this is where you say the moves and grooves.
The moves and the grooves! Oh my goodness, the movement right now from Blacklist International.
Styling and profiling.
This is, it's looking like already, I know we're only 8 minutes in, gentlemen, but it's looking grim for Fnatic Onic PH right now. Like the way that they're trying to find moments on the map, it almost, when you think about it, even approaching that first Lord, it's like, do they even have what they need right now to contest this?
Again, I said maybe 2 or 3 minutes earlier, it's all on Kelra now.
All on Kelra.
They can win off of Kelra. And he showed some signs of mechanical prowess. He showed some signs of, all right, if this is what it takes, I'm willing to do it. But the rest of the team have to follow through and they have to get better at picking their targets.
Yeah. It's scary when you really kind of approach it that, you know, this is your playoff lives on the line here.
Yep.
For Fnatic Onic PH, and with this kind of gap they're having, the struggle that they're having right now, nearly 9 minutes into the game, you're really hoping that, okay, something can happen for us. And if that's up to Kelra, then just, you got to let him continue to farm up. He's not going to be where he needs to be so far
What
on
makes
this clock.
all the more difficult is the fact that this is already a UA MVP game incoming, man. Look at him, 303, and he's acting on all fronts. Offensively, yes, the burst. Defensively, Molina's gift. Like, it just stops everyone just coming in from Fnatic Onic PH. So, even this Lord take, I'd say it's less than 50-50. I'd say it's closer to like 70-30. This is Blacklist favored, no doubt.
Jumping
No
again.
doubt about it. It's another engage from Blacklist. Primal Wrath all the way to the final slash. And it's King Kong suffering once more. Dive in, re-engage, coming in from Solera here. Haji falls. Good damage.
Oh,
Coming
Gem
in from
forcing him
Silverfist.
back.
And Gem is all that stands between the rest of Fnatic, and he's doing a good job. Then just timed out though. So this could be a reset for both teams.
Yep, that's a wash. King Kong sent home. The rest of Blacklist doing the same. And really, there wasn't much there. So that's a preview of what the best case scenario could be for Fnatic Onic since they're down 3K.
And so, given the fact that they're down 3K, that didn't look too bad. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it looks grim for Fnatic Onic PH, but actually that fight wasn't so bad. And I don't know if that was just off the missed timing from Blacklist International, not finding what they wanted to angle-wise. But it looks like that with this, even for the next, that Lord that is going to eventually be claimed here, Fnatic is able to fight back.
I'll tell you one thing, Joseph. Even if it did look like it was quite ideal for Fnatic Onic PH, it was very expensive. Look at how much they spent when it comes to battle spells and even ults that just came off of cooldown just now, compared to Blacks International, who spent very little, if nothing.
Just the throw of the Earth Shatter, move a little bit, right?
Yep.
Throw those ults. No special care needed.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Lord Hero out of 5th of its health.
They're going to work on this.
It's a
They're going in again.
Happy to go once more straight into Escalera. That's going to be a huge advantage for Blacklist. Now that their roam is gone, and now Jam as well. Their front line demolished in an instant. 2 members down for Fnatic.
All right. Spoke too soon.
Yep.
Thought they would be able to handle it, but it looks like not. Hold on. They get the passive. At least Kelra, though.
All right, all right. King Kong, see if he can get a
He's out of here.
steal at least. But yeah, King Kong's out of here, 100%.
Dude, that passive, devastating. That Curse of Blood, disastrous.
They use so much to get proc that passive and then
Yeah. And again, it just comes at very few cost for Blacklist. Sensui just clicks the ult, okay. You're all stunned.
Oh.
Nana, you eat so much.
Yeah.
I'm backing out. I'm going to go back home.
Yeah.
I'm ready to fight again.
And so, you know, this has happened time and time again throughout the series here, where Fnatic Onic PH now finds themselves on the defensive move. We have to talk about their defensive lineup this time. It's obviously it's better than we saw in the previous game, but still, you're kind of expecting Blacklist International with this lead, this type of lead on that first Lord push. They might force a fight here that Fnatic Onic PH might not be able to recover from.
That's right.
And really, when it's left to Kelra, like we talked about earlier, has he had enough time to build up?
Joseph, Carl, time is not on Fnatic Onic PH's side. I got to tell you now, once Blacklist says we're pulling the trigger, we're fighting now, there's very little Fnatic Onic PH can do to actually put up a threat. If anything, the best thing they can do is retreat.
Yeah.
It's a
Hope for a
tactical
boo-boo.
retreat.
Hope for maybe a failed final slash they can capitalize on. See if that's going to happen here.
Oh,
You see, good damage coming in from Super Friends. You got to never underestimate the Vexana. And again, the position is prime here to go for the take. It's Blacklist.
Oh, that ult dropped down
Atlas
already.
pinned out. Ult is dropped.
See
Curse
that?
of Blood activated. Everyone just retreating like Leo mentioned. That's all they're doing right now. And there's nothing they can do to stop their base, their inhib turret from falling.
Blacklist happy enough to get that turret in the base and move on from it. Might still look for some damage on this mid turret.
Almost for free, right? Almost for free.
Oh,
and now
they're
they're
working on
going to
it.
get hit too.
Oh, Edward, that's what I mentioned. The failed final slash. Green call activated by Gem. He gocks in too. Edward forced to fight. That's 2 down for Blacklist, but also 2 inhibitor turrets down for Fnatic.
All right.
Fnatic Onic PH. Struggling, but they're getting back in.
That's a big swing. They take down Oheb. They shut down Edward. And from here, you can see that maybe there's a little bit of a second win for Fnatic Onic PH. But it's less about the gold that they're getting. Again, this is a 5K gold lead, sure. But what the map looks like is what's more important. I'd say they're not out of the woods yet. And they need to win this next Lord. 30 seconds in.
This is a huge, I guess I would say, momentum shift, at least even in morale for Fnatic Onic PH. Because when they got those 2 kills, yeah, they lost the 2 base turrets, but at least they were able to get something, turn it into items, of course. Even as we look at this, Kelra is getting closer to where he needs to be. He does have some defense as well with the Wind of Nature.
So yeah, if ever he gets collapsed on by Oheb, hell, even Edward. Edward's a threat right now for Kelra.
I think the hardest
He'll
part about
survive.
Kelra's job, though, is avoiding the Molina Blitz. Avoiding the magic damage that's going to come through.
That's right.
Especially with Sensui, right? The Curse of Blood here.
Yeah. In my book, you is still the MVP.
He is. Yeah.
He's eaten so much skills, forced so much from Fnatic Onic PH, and threatened them so much with the Molino gift here.
The gift of Molina.
Easier said than done.
Yeah.
That's actually so hard to dodge, to be
GOM.
honest, speaking from experience.
I think a lot of people can relate.
Yes, right? It feels like it's so easy to dodge, but when you're there,
It just happens.
it just happens. You just die. Anyway,
Look at Gem's positioning here.
position's great. Escalera on the back. Obviously waiting for Blacklist to make a move here.
Oh, they're
Haji
going
up
in.
front. He looked for the Earth Shatter. He hits someone. It's not the one they want. Aji will fall because of that. Sensui will still get the
Oh,
Lord
but can
with
they
the
win
red
the fight?
streak. But the
turn.
fight might look really, really bad here for Fnatic Onic. Or sorry, for Blacklist if they go for it. And they will retreat.
Man, turning on Blacklist at this point is so expensive that they spent all of that just to get Haji, and they still have to concede the Lord. That's how tough it is to be Fnatic Onic PH right now. But good news is at least they can be. Oh, wait.
Edwards on the hunt. 1v2, 1v3. No fear whatsoever for Legend Zero.
All right, they got to deal with this. Lord should be worked on pretty quickly. Curse of Blood's already going to be dropped, but they're going to whittle it down a little
close.
further. Eternal Guard going to be used as well.
Edwards in the bad spot, man. He's getting crowd control locked here. Able to get out with the flicker, but that's a flicker used defensively for Blacklist.
Yep. 2 big ticket flickers. One on Edward, one on Haji. You is just untouched, man.
I mean, when you have that passive and you can really just kind of drop down. Oh, hold on. Fight going to break out.
Dropping down here. The gauntlet has been dropped. Edward will fall. Fnatic Onic feels like they can take this. Gems up on front, but the damage can still come in from the weirdest places.
Oh,
Haji.
Haji.
Wow.
Haji. Man, that mountain between Blacklist and Fnatic Onic PH proved to be the difference maker.
Again, same story as that last engagement that cost Fnatic Onic PH those 2 inhibitors.
Yeah.
It's a big movement on the map for 2 key shutdowns. Edward and Haji go down again for free. And now, gold lead shrank. Again, for all of the Sonics watching, your team is holding out. 2,000 gold shaved away from that lead. Now 3K ahead. Blacks International, 17 minutes in.
Man, and this is almost deja vu in a way. Blacklist International with a great lead. What they were able to work with, got a couple of Lords, get 2 turrets down in the base, but Fnatic Onic PH still holding on. And like you mentioned earlier, Leo, a lot of this has to do with Kelra. As long as Kelra stays alive, he picked up the Malefic Roar just recently, and that will turn a tide in some of these fights. And that's where Blacklist International has to be careful as they approach this. If they're picked off, especially if it's that one ultimate that Escalera is able to set up with a Minoan Fury, could turn the tide of this game and take them to a game number 5 here.
Yep, and I think key here is the fact that in that last engage, it was Kelra who came in. He synchronized the Minoan Fury with Escalera. So they have to time that well. They have to watch out for that. And looking at the head-to-head now, I think, yes, Edward can be more aggressive, but the re-engage is going to come off of Gem. He needs to use his ult very key to try and nullify what the Curse of Blood does.
Yeah.
Because that's some level of CC as well that FNAP have that can also help out after the Minoan Fury.
All right. Lord evolving here, spawning now
That's evolved, yeah.
into the Land of Dawn. Both gold laners also picking up their own Meteor Rose Golds here. RGM, Rose Gold Meteors. They've got those available to them. King Kong going to spawn out Haji, pushing him out. And this could be the game changer here. This could be the game-changing Lord that both teams want. Both for different reasons, of course, to extend the series here for Fnatic Onic PH. Blacklist International dominating the majority of the game and now struggling to keep things in their favor.
Haji looks for Super Friends. Super Friends, good reaction time. Gets out with the flicker.
Oh, Escalera.
Escalera is the one that they're looking for right
Oh,
now.
the heal!
Pushing in on the back. Oh my God. It's just so much damage coming from Kelra. They're going to have to back off though. Edward finds him as usual. Legend Zero able to find his target. And King Kong falls as well. That's all that Blacklist were looking for. And because of that, Blacklist International going to get lead on this Lord.
Leave it to Edward.
Look at what they've done. They've spread out their opponents, and because of the lead that they have, they're able to pick them off with no retaliation at all. The Champions Arena, agents across the world know that the end is nigh. This is going to be very difficult to defend.
Oh, can they hold on? There's still 2 bodies down.
Oh, another beautiful engage from Legend Zero here. But there's a punchback. There's a punchback here happening somewhere. Super Friends, what's the clear gonna look like? Fnatic, Onic, PH are holding on for dear life. It is a rough roller coaster for them. And they're making sure they can clear. Super Prince just barely able to make the work.
4 versus 5 heroes, what they have to work on against Edward. Going to be pushed back a little bit, and now they have to deal with the Lord here.
Here's the Lord. Escalera's 30 seconds out. It's a 4v5. Low HP members for all of the Blacklist members. But Sensui very happy to front here. Legend Zero has that immortality. Gems on the back. He's trying to lure away the Blacklist members, but it is no use. Blacklist International eliminate Fnatic Onic PH.
9 games for Blacklist International today, and they stay alive for the playoffs. It's 3-1 against Fnatic Onic PH.
The Sonics are denied redemption, denied retribution. And Blacks International is just getting revved up. They played 2 best of 5s and have found themselves smack dab right in the playoffs. They have 2 lives.
2 lives.
2 lives. Coming off from the regular season where people were even doubting that they would make it to the playoffs. And now they have cleared the play-ins to secure themselves those 2 lives moving forward.
Hey.
Talk about passing the endurance test.
I'll be honest with you, I'm guilty. I got real impatient with Blacks International mid-season.
Yeah.
It took a while for them to actually get Haji, everyone, on the same page, and now they're here. They have knocked out 2 teams back to back.
People were complaining about where's the shot calling coming from? What's the problem looking like for Blacklist? And coming into the playoffs, it does seem like they got some stuff figured out, at the very least, for now.
More than figured out.
Yeah.
They got it laid out.
It's laid out for them. This is, again, a